the computers and stuff like that.
Oh god, I'm eating food right now. Ah!
Oh, that's fine. Just temporarily mute yourself or whatever you do. But no, unfortunately, I couldn't reach Zelphus. Somewhat unfortunate, but
Zelphus, you plus-sized fuck monkey, get in here.
I'll try and give him a little hello.
Still reason to the fucking void about not having character sheet.
Yes. Oh, that's a big thing for tonight. Amnesia and unknowing all that stuff.
Well, I already don't know, so I can't have amnesia. I can't forget what wasn't there.
That's the point. It helps with that.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys all have your inventory list prep. Just jokes.
What?
No. No. And he doesn't have his voicemail set up or anything. Not that would matter. I wouldn't probably leave a voicemail if you're not. Seems weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have a voicemail set up because I have, like, friends and family saved as contacts, so if a name doesn't come up, clearly you're not important.
Oh, yeah, reasonable. I get that. Okay.
I mean, I could set up a voicemail box that's just kind of like that. Just, hey, leave a message. If you're important, I'll get back to you. If you're not, fuck you. But
yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool actually with Roll20. If you take like an old campaign that has like the players you want to play with, you can copy it, and then they stay. It's part of it, and you just strip it. You just delete all the chat. You just change all the stuff and remove all the things. And pretty cool.
just scrap it.
Yeah, this will not be like a. I imagine like a long lasting. I think it's just going to be this session. But I needed a like a little dump bin for me to make a map and do things. So this is what it is. I'm trying to clear off my desk here because I got a little bit of crap that Kaylin's been working on.
Session that's already made.
Yeah, and then I just sort of cannibalized it.
Okay, which one would this one be?
Well, this current one is top secret because our characters don't even know who they are to begin with. I'm gonna play around with a little bit.
Server.
What do you mean?
The invite and roll in RPG chat.
Oh yeah, if you just click that, since you're already a part of it, it'll just load you right in. But it's called a room bright and cloudy.
Okay, because I can't do that. Well, I can do that, but it's gonna be I have to go through the browser, and then I have to go through the.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you're going through the app, then it'll be called a room bright and cloudy. Be the server name. You'll still be a part of it. So how are we all? Are we all ready for a moderate amount of sand loss?
I fucking knew it was gonna be Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's always Cthulhu.
That's why you didn't respond when I asked if it was, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yep. Good show, Foxy. This is the problem I have when I'm trying to set up audio levels. Is everybody's always all over the place, and Origami I can never make more or less quiet than he is. Rudy, can you try?
Especially like when Origami is like sleepy, because then
Yeah.
oh my Christ, you have him on 200% and he's still quiet.
I know. Yeah. He's impossible to hear. Rudy, can you try talking?
Yep.
I think Rudy's probably fine. Hey, Fox. Yeah. Whereas Origami's always like he's like a little church mouse. And you're like, okay.
He's like a fart of a church mouse.
Yes, he is. Yeah. A church moose's fart, as some may say. Oh yeah.
A fart mouse's church.
Hello there. Now you are normally loud. Oh, you're not. Hello again.
Gonna repeat. What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
Okay, cool. I think I've got your.
Was my rapid clicking?
I think that freaked it out. Got mad. I think your audio is good though.
Incredible. There's a first for everything.
Yeah, people are usually quiet compared to me. Oh my God, Fox. That's a yikes. Why is everyone quiet? Because I was just playing DOS. So I had my audio levels on, like, muted, essentially. Yeah, there we go. Now everyone should be deafening again, which is where we want them.
Wow.
Yeah, whoops. That's why you always have that, like, 30-minute grace period where you fix RPGs up, because audio's always fucky.
Handshaking and audio adjustments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That should just be the first fucking stream title of every RPG system.
Yeah. We used to call it circle jerking back in the day, but I don't know if you're allowed on Twitch, so handshaking will do. Shaking
Not
something
even-
anyway.
Not even because of the corona.
Alright. Well, we'll see how audio ends up anyways. Should be good. Usually, if everyone sounds good to me, they're a little loud, which is perfect. Because I tend to get loud when I get excited, which tends to be about 20 minutes from now. So when I start like talking, I get loud, and then everyone's like, "Who the fuck's this asshole?"
Who the hell's this guy? He's
Yeah.
not the streamer, right? No, it's got to be the guy with the good voice that's the streamer.
Oh my God, I know that is the worst. My life.
Zelfus takes over. Yes.
Yeah, he does. He does have the
Fucker
stream
needs
voice.
to start streaming.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
I've told him that. I told him 100 times. I've told him, like, dude, I've got the channel. I'm like, dude, just go, just stream. Like, we already have people that will watch you. You don't have to do anything. It's all configured.
Yeah, and he's like, but I don't know how to set up. Like, you just whatever you're putting in to connect to Raffles fucking thing,
That's
just
right.
put in your stream key.
Because
like-
I literally like have him set up with like perfect. I'm like, just go with it. And then he'll like play a game and like something will be a little fucked. I'm like, can you just fix the audio? Just like just do this little thing. And he's like, oh, never again.
Mm.
But it's all good. Well, hopefully he shows up. If he doesn't, that's fine. It's not
If he
that
doesn't send him, I can't say that on TOS. God damn it!
yeah.
I was going to say send him threats of unalive, but
Oh yes, true.
yeah, you're not allowed to say that no mo.
His character thankfully is not plot crucial. Technically, none of yours are, as all but one of you current have a backup, just in case.
Nice. I expected this. I am waiting.
Yeah. I'm not saying you'll die. I'm just saying there's a chance, and just in case, we do have a backup.
I'm not saying you're going to die, but I am saying I'll be surprised if you live.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if all of you live. Let's put it that way.
So how hard do we have to metagame?
Honestly, with this session, it was written with metagaming in mind.
So like we're supposed to?
I
or-
completely expect all of you to attempt to metagame. And there is a reason for that, which you may or may not figure out by the end, but that's okay. So
It's a virtual reality.
Ooh, I like that. Virtual reality is sort of a theme, but it's not as prevalent in this one as some of the others.
So it's not Ready Player One. Got it.
No, not Ready Player One. I actually haven't seen that because I heard it was.
It's actually apparently kind of trash.
Yeah.
The book itself is also kind of trash apparently because
It's
I'm-
basically. Do you get the reference?
Yeah, I'm not crazy about those.
I'm pretty sure I saw Ready Player One actually like in theater, and honestly, until now, I didn't even know it had a book. So I mean, it's one of those things where on an actual scale of 1 to 10, where 5 is the fucking average, not where people think goddamn 7 is the average, I swear to fuck these
Yes,
days.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, 6, 6.5. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really that much greater than just an average rating.
Yeah.
You know what movie I really liked?
What's that?
Interstellar.
I thought you were gonna say Dunkirk.
No, I like Dunkirk too,
Yeah.
but it was the pacing was weird for me for that one.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Well, I mean, the pacing of Dunkirk was weird for the people that were there, too.
I got him.
The Germans chase them and then just fucking stop. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I thought about seeing Ready Player One, and then it was like, I was like, oh, Spielberg worked on it. It's kind of interesting. And then it was like references, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of not into that. And then I read a thing on it, and it's like, oh, Spielberg directed the live action parts, and I was like, oh, that's fine then. Like,
The funny thing is that the not the story, the message of the movie is basically ironic to the movie because the message is, oh, corporations gonna use references to make them look good, which the movie is literally using reference to make the movie look good.
oh, that's weird.
Hashtag deep.
Okay.
So it's a very ironic movie.
Well, since I think probably Zelphus isn't making it, we just start now. I think we're all good. I think everything's checked out. Too bad it
Yep.
only took 12 minutes. It's a new record.
Is it just
Yeah, I mean,
us
like-
5?
What?
Is it just us 5?
It is.
Okay.
Yes. The player count was actually extremely important. Zelphus not being here is fine. We got Herpy, which is excellent. But the people I chose were also extremely...
okay, Herpy, you need to get 1.5 feet taller and several octaves lower.
That's
Right?
right. Yeah, no problem. That's what Asians are known for.
Asians known for being tall, yeah.
Tall and deep voices. Well, actually, I've heard some pretty deep voices, but either way. So we begin, as the session's called here, in a room bright and cloudy. Currently, you're all in sort of individual realities. It's not to say that there isn't one singular reality that you're all part of, but you've all been here for what seems like an eternity. Time has completely lost meaning. You don't know day, night, what week it is, even what year. It's just all been a blur, and it feels like it's been like this for a very, very long time.
So we're all very depressed. Gotcha.
Yes. Could we all make an intelligence check?
Oh boy. Out of what? How many?
For you, it's 85.
So but it is hundo.
Yes, D-hundo. Yeah, we're gonna use Call of Cthulhu rules.
Fuck, it's been years. I need to remember how to roll a dice.
First roll of the game. Yeet! Ha!
Nice.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh
no!
Rudy did not intelligence.
Oh,
Oh, no! That's about how I expected this, yeah.
Honestly, I was expecting that. That's why I just said fucking yeet, because whatever.
That's great. Origami, do you remember how to roll?
I did. I rolled 20.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't
Well,
even see
no
that.
for Herpy as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, we got bads. Okay, cool. So Origami and Borrowed, your characters remember. Now, this is important that we talk about your characters, because you're currently unaware as to who you are. All of you have sort of lost your sense of self.
I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm wearing. I don't know what I'm wielding.
But I know
All
I
I know
must
is
kill.
I must kill.
Absolutely. We'll get to that shortly for your character. But Origami and Borrowed, you sort of hold on to a memory, and the two of you remember at some point being drugged. You remember faces, humans. You can't.
I remember the Alamo.
Yeah, that's good. That's an important memory. But you can't quite make
Remembering.
these
Wow.
remember, yeah. You can't quite make these faces out. But you sort of identify them as your captors. And the only thing that you two remember as a day-to-day, a recurring thing, is you're in sort of a cylindrical encasement, and it's filled with some sort of white gas. You're removed from that. You're put in a larger area. Sometimes you see other people. You don't know who they are. Sometimes you're just by yourself, and you're poked, you're prodded, sometimes tortured, and they're asking for information that you've now long since forgot. But you do remember that you are currently drugged. This is not like a normal state, and that you should not be in this room. Okay. It's at this point, we're also going to have everybody here roll sanity. So again, D Hundo, I have your sheets. I will let you know if you pass or fail. Okay. Sadly,
Wow,
Origami
incredible.
failed, as did Herpy. Rudy and Borrowed. Now, Rudy is unaware as to the fact that there have been multiple sessions. He's already forgotten that information. He just remembers the current. But in the current time, we'll say the two of you are being sort of put together, maybe zapped with a little bit of some prods or something, and these forms are standing over you, and they're asking you repeatedly the same questions.
The number space.
Yeah,
The numbers, Mason.
yeah. They're asking you over and over.
You gotta remember.
There's like, where is it? Where was it? You know, over and over. Where is it? Where was it? And when they see that this isn't triggering a response anymore, like you have no idea as to who or what or whichever, they repeatedly ask you, who and where is Sam? Over and over. There's almost like a memory, but neither of you can remember who Sam is. You're just too drugged up. Unfortunately, Origami and Herpy, it's possible you let something slip, but you're not sure what. Time passes. You've all been taken back to your perspective. Cases brought back, and at this point, you're now all, again, as time has passed, in the large singular canister. And large klaxons start going off, and you see a scramble on the other side of this hazy glass. There's two men, they look like, forms. You identify them as men because of the sort of shorter haircuts and the thicker builds, but it's still hard to say exactly. They're wearing white suits, and these klaxons are going off, and you're confused. And the lights go off. And again, all of these containers that you've been put in have been bright and cloudy. Whenever you were taken from container to container, you were blindfolded and unable to really sort of identify with the room. And when you look through, you just sort of see this cloud and a little bit if the faces are close to the glass. The klaxons go off, though, and you see a large splash of red come and coat a large portion of the glass. I'll go ahead and freehand that in here. You see this splash, and one of the forms falls over. The other takes off running, and there's a crack and a cracking, and it eventually breaks. And you spill out into a completely white room. There is a corpse of a man hewn in two, and we begin. Welcome. We're going to take some sand damage for our time in the clink. If I could have Board and Rudy, you're going to roll say 4d6, and Herpy and Origami, you're going to roll 10d6.
Welcome. You have chosen or been chosen
Yeah.
to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers.
Oh, 4d6, bro.
So my characters are screaming.
Yes. So Herpy's character suffers, I would say, like a moderate break.
Oof, ouch, my bones.
Yeah, but the thing is, this has happened over this period. It's something you've sort of come to terms with. I will say from going forward, your character is more resistant to torture. But again, you can never, for the rest of your days, which may be short, we don't know, but you will never shake the guilt that you may have let something slip. You don't know what yet, and you don't know how important it was, but you know it was important. Origami's character, unfortunately, is past that. He's just on the ground, inconsolable for a while, and he won't be ready to move on until the rest of you sort of go out and explore. Essentially leaving the room. Is there anything we want to look at?
The hewn corpse.
Okay.
Like,
what are you looking for about it? Identification.
Is there like name tag, badge, security clearance, something, anything?
Okay. So there is. They have a lanyard with a name, a face, whatever. It's Adam Jenkins.
Oh,
And it matches up with the person in the suit. They look like they're sort of in a lab suit, like in a doctor, sort of like a surgical gown almost. They have a clipboard. Unfortunately, the language on it completely alien to you at the moment. You haven't regained enough of your senses. But you do recognize enough to be like, okay, Adam Jenkins, the man's face, a little bit of a tan complexion, short cropped hair. And the only other thing on his card is on the back, there's a black strip.
Black strip, like on the bottom, like kind of like credit
Correct.
cards and shit have.
Yep.
oh, so you probably swipe it somewhere.
Security clearance card of some form.
Okay.
Are there any jabby implements in
Yes.
the cylinder?
You can find two. Oh, interesting. You can find a shard of glass that's probably, I don't know, 8 inches long or something.
Wow, that's quite long.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, it's like bits of glass. But you can probably find like a single 8-inch one, and you can find a pen on Jenkins himself.
I mean, since I'm sitting there staring at it, I'm gonna take the security card with me because
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you look around the rest of the room, there appears to have been a fight or a struggle of some kind, and someone left in a hurry. However, there is a security clearance door that is locked between you and leaving to the east. East in our terms, of course. Our characters have no concept of east.
So my character stops screaming and finally collect the stuff.
Yeah, you've composed yourself.
So the crazy murder monster thing was able to get security clearance, though.
Well, he didn't take the card, did he?
Well, I mean, this guy's card was still here, and the other guy ran away. His corpse isn't here.
That's correct.
Wait, were there 2 people who were killed?
One
Just
left.
the first guy. The second guy ran away while the first one was being murderlated. So that means whatever murderlated him left the room. So somehow I
Well,
could
did
leave
you
the
need
room.
security clearance to exit?
There.
Yes, you do. You need security clearance to leave on the right. I'm going to say, Borrowed, that was a very, very good call. You can go ahead and make a perception check for me, or an investigate check. It's, I believe, called.
Yeet.
Excellent. On the south
All
wall.
right, fucking roll 20. Just
You know what's
come
gonna
on, give me
happen,
the
though, right?
99. Give me the 99. I know it's coming.
Okay, right here. On the south wall, there is a residue.
Radical Larry.
Random scream in the back of the book. But no, there's a residue on the wall, like sort of going up the wall, probably about 6 feet up. And as you
Residue.
touch it, you just look at it. It gives off almost a caustic smell.
There's one thing you can do, Barrett.
It was
A
made for you.
chef's #1 weapon is his tongue.
That's right.
I mean, it smells very chemically, so I don't feel very inclined to touch that with my own flesh.
Your own flesh, you say? We eat
Well,
the
I mean-
corpse at it.
That, or, rather than lugging half of a person across the room, like, just, take some fucking shirt or shirt sleeve, even.
Okay.
Just
Dip it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be much simpler if you take the glass that's broken.
Yeah,
and
glass
just
is like-
scrape it.
But glass
just
is also,
scrape
like,
it.
really resistant to chemicals and shit.
That's the point. So you take it and you put it on the guy's face or something.
Oh, well, there's that too.
You take it, you scrap the ooze, and then you put it in the guy's face. See what happens.
Now this is science.
Yeah, this is science.
The body starts
This
convulsing.
is
gets back
exactly
up,
how
and we
this
all
is meant to be
die.
played. Yeah.
Are you
So-
kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, that's what it says.
So are we testing? Are we doing glass scraping and testing on the body?
Sure, fuck it. Apparently, that's the
Sure, why not?
consensus.
Okay, so as you scrape it, the first, let's say, like 2-3 millimeters of the wall seems to almost be liquid in consistency, but it's rapidly hardening. And when you
Whoa.
you smear it on the person, it's all like it's hardened at this point, so you're just sort of smearing a chunk of wall on him.
Oh, it's like instant. It's like jellified concrete, but then it just unjellifies. Or I don't know.
I mean, you can make that
Oh.
assumption.
But isn't that like melting his face on?
No, it's not melting his face. No.
All right, so I rip his shirt with a piece of glass and basically make a hand wrap, and I just use the ooze on. Just put the hand wraps on the ooze, basically making mingle.
Oh,
Making what now?
making a glove, like a
Yeah.
hard. Okay.
Yeah, like a hardened
Yeah, you
boxing
could
glove.
probably scrape off enough of the wall to make like a hardened plastic fist.
Oh, it's like
Sure.
silly
Yeah.
putty.
Yeah. But at this point, the wall has now like fully hardened. So there's just like the big smear from origami left on the one part of the south wall. Then to your east is a door. There are words above it. We'd need an intelligence check to come to and sort of discern the wordage.
Can we all make an intelligence check? Or only one
Absolutely,
of us? Oh.
What do you roll?
D hundo. You'll have your character sheets soonish.
Oh.
Okay,
Nice.
no. Roll 20. I am fucking waiting because when it's
Yeah.
something that's actually needed is when,
When
I
it
get
hits,
99.
it'll hit hard.
That's right. Yeah, it's waiting for you. So
I recall the English and the second language.
above that, it says, like, shit, I forgot the word for it is like a clean room, like decontamination. That's what I want to say. This is decontamination. Okay. So do we swipe the card and enter the next room?
I mean, I do get my gloves, right?
Yes, you have your glove. Yeah.
Okay.
Glove there,
That's correct.
Michael.
Yeah, I was only able to get one, at least one.
We'll say it does 1d10 damage if you punch somebody.
Nice.
How do I look at?
Yeah.
Very deadly silly putty.
It is, yeah. So as you enter
Oh.
decon, the door starts closing behind you, and you actually see like stripped clothing on the floor. It looks like someone took off like a lab coat or something.
Is it covered in goo?
No. However, you do notice a thin layer of a bluish substance on it, like a furry substance almost. Fuzzy.
Oh,
It's
I
mold.
remember this.
So taking a moment to catch your breath, you get a view of your surroundings. And a mirrored wall here that once caged your captors stands before you. In decontamination, as these like noises are happening and the room's filling with sort of like a little pink gas, broken glass is everywhere around you, and there's electronic equipment that seems completely alien to you at this time. Turning to this mirrored wall, you see your face for the first time. Who are you?
I scream in horror.
Okay, good. You're screaming. I like that. Let's start with Origami then, as he stares at himself and screams. Would you consider yourself then a war veteran or a stoic warrior?
Oh, I do
Stoic
like.
woman been screaming. Mm.
Yeah, I feel like probably the war veteran is more correct.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably. Yeah, I choose war vet.
Okay.
But I got some PTSD that my brain realized, but I.
Yep. Hang on. Let me get your veteran. Here's your character sheet. Okay. Borrowed.
Mhm.
Well, actually, we'll do Herpy next. Sorry, because he doesn't get a choice.
Oh,
Herpy, your most distinguishing feature is you have blackened nails.
ew. Wait, how could I not see that before?
Blackened, like painted, blackened, like he got it crushed and it's like all bruised.
Necrotic.
Yes, a little bit of both. Almost like an electrical burn.
Ooh.
Borrowed. Do you wear wrinkles or a solemn expression?
Probably wrinkles.
Okay. Okay. And finally, Rudy, are you a weathered soldier or a long-haired man? Yeah.
A weathered soldier or a long-haired man? Well, that second one's very descriptive, so let's go with that.
This is for Rudy. Oh, did Rudy die?
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry. Are you a weathered soldier or a long-haired man? As you look in the mirror, what do you see?
Long-haired man.
Okay, cool. Let's say long hair. Rudy. So you now all have your caricature sheets. Aside from that, again, we're in a room, broken glass, equipment that we don't quite recognize. But going forward, everything we see, if your character would have recognized it previously, your memory is coming back enough that you will.
But not in this room.
But not in this room, right. This stuff, it still seems odd to you. I would say that you start going like, it's like a computer or something, but the way it's hooked up seems alien.
That ain't no damn Ethernet cable.
Was it Cat 5? Cat 6?
There's no cables at all. It must be Wi-Fi.
Is there any buttons with words on?
Yes, to the south there is a button that's behind a cage that's waiting for the decontamination to finish, which it just has, and the cage releases.
Yeah, I'm assuming the doors is open automatic.
It does not, unless you push the button, presumably.
The button says open, basically open to the next door.
It doesn't say anything. It's a sort of A reddish
Unmarked
gray
button.
button. Yeah. Presumably, if you worked here, you would know what the button was for.
Plutonium.
Oh man, I'm having a
The button just
post-grief.
says detonate.
Explode.
We'll get to that.
Do you want to explode?
I say fuck it, press the red button.
Okay, you press it. The door behind you, now shut, and the door in front of you begins to open. You're greeted with a hallway. Seems like there were signs of recent conflict, scuffles and such like that, but aside from that, the air seems dead. It's very stagnant in this area, and a thick layer of this bluish, almost mold-like, as you said, material is on the floor.
What if I cut it with a piece of glass? Does it show any reaction?
Yes, when you cut it with the glass, like the mold in that area is of course removed, and then you can see it slowly sort of try to reform.
What's like its texture? Is it like spongy, slimy? You said slimy actually, right?
No, it's more spongy. It's kind of like think like a thick moss.
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, having moss in your front lawn can make it a lot softer and nicer feeling.
It's true.
If we if we go back and take that body and we throw it on the mold, does anything happen to it?
Yes. The sort of the meat parts and the blood and such, sort of the mold rapidly starts encroaching and starts covering them.
What about the part where it had the ooze thingy?
Or like where you rub the thing from the wall on it.
Yeah.
It still goes over it because that never transferred to the body. It had hardened at that point.
Punch the mold.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
If you stand in one
Doom
spot
guy
for
the
too,
mold.
yeah, if you stand in one spot for too long, it almost feels like there's resistance when you lift your feet again.
Oh. Can I go to the end of the hallway where I'm presuming there's an intersection and just put my head around the sides to see what's up?
Okay. You guys see the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I can't because I'm on mobile.
Okay, yes. If you look around the corner, there's a large door that says like corridor 19-A. Looking behind you, there is a sign that says elevator, and two other doors are labeled. Hang on, allow me to. We'll say this is. No, here's your elevator. This is corridor. This room is supplies, and this room down here. What the fuck? This room down here is unlisted. So you. Goose.
Can I open the
And-
elevator doors? Unless they're like industrial lock.
Yeah, it seems like they're. I mean, you can make the assumption. Actually, your character can't. Herpy, your character can make the assumption that they are sort of magnetically sealed currently.
What are
Damn.
sealed?
The elevator doors.
The elevator doors. Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of getting a last label put on, I assume the door we just came from says decon above it.
That's correct, yeah. Which doesn't spell anything too fun.
So we don't know what S, U, and C. Sorry.
Yes. C is the corridor. Corridor,
Okay.
sorry, 19-A.
Yeah.
And then U is the unknown variable, and S is supplies.
I mean, I'd say we go into supplies first and see what
Yeah.
Go loot hobo it.
Yeah, totally. So you, the supply door is sort of resists you initially opening it, probably because of the mold behind it. If anyone wants to make a strength check and try and kick that bad boy open.
I'll probably do it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if he doesn't, I will.
Give it up, Origami. Strength 65. Nice. So you boot the door open, and on the other side of it are a bunch of objects that are behind like a cage. There's writing in front of it you don't quite recognize. You think it might be Latin. So that's pushing it. It's-
Dorime.
yeah, maybe something like that. But you get the idea
Oh my
that
God, meme.
this looks to you, if you were to sort of tie it to something you know, this looks like a sort of police evidence locker. Looks like the supply
That's been labeled
closet.
slide?
That's
Oh,
correct. It looks like it's being converted. There's like a mop and bucket or something in a corner that's like full of mold.
Oh,
But,
it's full of mold.
Yeah,
Ew.
not great.
That's great.
Is there benches in the hall?
In the hallway, we'll say
Yeah.
maybe one bench. Yeah.
Can I basically cover like everyone to like put the legs on the holes of the fence cage and just use it to leverage it up. I'm doing basically Pirates of the Caribbean when he just breaks the gel. with the-
Okay.
What? Wait, what? There's a cage? What?
Yes.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, the first
No, but
movie.
I thought this looked like it used to be an evidence locker, not that there was any lockers there.
No. It looks like it's caged like an evidence locker. It used to be a supply closet. It's been converted. There are a bunch of items in bags and such like that on the other side.
Before I do a stupid thing, I check to see if it's open first.
Okay. Yes. Funny you mention. It was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unlocked. And you open it, and there are a bunch of bags with different sort of labels on them. Looks like prisoner barcodes, essentially, like tags.
Oh, I take them.
Do any of us have a
toss them in-
barcode on the back of our head?
Oh, that's
Hmm.
fun. Yes, actually, if you do inspect, there is a barcode sort of right at the top of the neck, like where it touches the skull. Not like anywhere lower. It's like, it's kind of hidden by some of your hairline now. Rudy, for example, has long hair. You probably can't see what his barcode is. But if, borrowed, are you inspecting or are you asking someone to inspect you?
I'll probably just kind of trying to put 2 and 2 together and see if it makes 5 or if it makes 4.
Okay.
So just looking like probably at the back of Oregano's head while he's staring at the bags. Just
Okay.
barcode. Hmm.
So in the back of Origami's head, you find a barcode and you match it up with one of the bags, and in it, find, double check, a knife and a shotgun.
That's a fucking big bag.
Yeah, well, it is rather. We'll say the shotgun was disassembled, but Origami's character like instinctively starts like snap, snap, slip, like, you know what I mean? Cracking her back together.
These ain't just fucking gallon Ziploc bags here, folks. These are like trash bags.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
I go and say groovy.
Groovy, excellent. Well, it's a longer one, not a
Shop
breakup.
smart.
Speaking of, however, borrowed, of course,
Any
asked
toilet paper
Origami.
in here?
No, no, it's sold out.
Damn it.
Yeah, the borrowed asked Origami to check hymns, and he opens his corresponding bag, and inside is a sawn-off shotgun.
Okay.
Probably again, this is something.
No, this one was like just broken, like cracked open. Sorry, like
Just
like yeah,
yeah,
So
break action.
Yeah, it was just folded, and it's a sawn-off shotgun. Again, we'll say 20 shots for you as well, just to keep it simple. And then the other two bags, we look at the back of people's heads and sort of find out who's whose and see if we can glean anything from them. And let's see, we went with Mr. Long. Okay, Rudy, in yours, you find an odd device that you don't quite recognize. And you also find a Glock 17.
Oh,
Yeah. So you have your Glock 17. You have 3 magazines. I believe they have 10 shot, 12 shots.
17.
7. Oh, right. Okay,
that's why it's called 17.
that's right.
Is this one of the full auto variants, or
This
is it?
is
That would be a Glock 18.
yeah. This is the old semi-auto. I believe Glock 17 was standard police issue for a while.
I think it might still be standard police issue if you go to like Germany.
Okay. But we'll go ahead and say that Rudy's character recognizes this as having been standard police issue. And then, sorry, last but not least, we have Herpy. Herpy, in yours, you find potentially
A wrench.
No.
Oh.
You find a toolkit. It's like a toolbox, but filled with just all sorts of gitch that you might need. And you find 3 hand grenades and what looks to be some sort of cobbled together breaching charge.
I.
Oh my god. You're gonna give Rudy a fucking aneurysm? Just saying.
Oh boy. Shit, never. That's all you had to say.
So Rudy, this device you don't recognize. It's got straps almost like you would wear it on your back, and a large cable heading off onto another device that's got a green crystal-esque head to it.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, when you put this thing on, if you put this thing on, you're not forced to, but you will find it weighs probably like 50-60 pounds, right? It's a very heavy boy.
Must be some fucking hefty bags not Rip holding that shit.
Well, yeah, that one was just sitting in the corner.
It was sitting next to the mold bucket.
It's up to you whether or not you want to put this thing on. It is some sort of alien device, potentially.
Sure, let's experiment.
Excellent. LB. All right. Yes.
Is there uniforms on the clothing?
I like that. In the bags, you actually find 4 sets of hazmat suits. And there's also yes, your clothing sort of folded up. Let's say, to make sense, these are in separate bags, same tags. Borrowed, your clothing is a jumpsuit of some kind. The name's been ripped off, and it's very worn and faded and completely filthy. Herpy, your uniform is like a sort of standard police outfit with a tag on the side that says Bomb Squad.
Oh my fucking god.
Rudy, you have
No.
like an FBI kind of a looking suit, but the sleeves have been ripped off. And
So he has a fucking FBI issued wife beater.
yes, and yeah, and Origami. What you have is, imagine like a fucking kind
Medical
of
coat?
no. Origami's wearing like I want to say like someone who's actively in war, but
Like
for
just
fatigues.
So like
his
Fatigues.
slacks? Like fatigues?
That's what I
Military
wanted to say.
fatigues.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Military. I just couldn't remember the word, but he has military fatigues. th- Again, the name or the rank is sort of being removed. There is an H emblazoned on the one part.
Is their logo on it?
There's no logo on them, just an H. And you'll notice that they're set for like an urban setting.
it has fucking Boy Scout badges on it.
Oh yeah. The other thing you'll note is the pair of boots that are there, Origami. Your pair of boots, the one of them is like coated like on the bottom in like blood and sort of viscera, some brain matter.
GIF for the dude curb stomping the other dude.
Now that we're all kitted out, I would say Herpy's the only one without a weapon. However, he does have grenades. And the
Glad he's
breaching.
wisely only have 3.
That's right.
Well, you have 2 and then 1 for yourself.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Bro.
The old dead man switch.
Can I?
You can't kill me if I do it.
What kind of grenades are these? Are they? Do they have any? Suspicious like metal powder in them or anything? Right? Are they?
Your
Are they
character?
pineapples?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about thermite grenades.
Oh no. However, your breaching charge.
Oh no! One.
Why don't you go ahead and give
big-
me a demolitions check? I believe your character has a 70 in or something ridiculous.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah. You don't know. You're looking at the breaching charge and you're like, there's a lot that went into this, and I built it. I know I built it, but what does it do? What is in this thing? It is like someone made a pizza-sized frisbee and cobbled a
some
bunch of
more.
shit into it. Yeah. So
Can I? Is there any way I can dismantle it with my toolkit and take a closer look again? See if I can.
yes, I would say so, but that's a demolitions
You cross
check.
a couple wires, there's a spark. Here's your new character sheet.
Yeah, maybe everyone clears out of the room while you do this.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me a demolitions check.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. As you take it apart and start messing with things, you notice the fuse is extremely short. It looks as if potentially you had used half the fuse from another device and sort of put it on here. You're probably looking at 30 seconds on the timer. You do, however, as you're dismantling it, find something written in, almost as if like you had left a last ditch memo to yourself before something happened. Potentially this kidnapping, if you were kidnapped, but potentially this instance. Sorry, and the memo says, "Remember, Clarion."
Clarion.
How the fuck's Clarion? Throws it.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at a VOD 2 years ago to try and search for Clarion. Clarion. I don't suppose I can ask what the name of my previous character was in Delta Green, right?
You can. Again, this session I have designed around metagame.
Okay.
So, your previous character's name was Wagner. Your current
I
character
remember now.
is not in the know as to Wagner's name. Although, now that you think about it, that does sound familiar. Did you know Wagner?
Am I Wagner?
Are you Wagner? let's go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Oh my god.
Let's make a sand check.
All right, you get 6 points of sanity back. You are Wagner.
Oh.
Welcome aboard.
uh,
And as
Wait.
Wagner, you remember. Wait. Clarion. A bomb. There was supposed to be a bomb.
someone set up us the bomb.
And as you look, and as you look in this storeroom, there is a piece of the floor that is slightly raised higher than the rest.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
Does my liver hurt?
It does.
Oh, Bobby. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
Can I remember 3 letters to? Or can I remember 2 letters even to make up my name?
Yes, you may. Oh, man.
Christ. The boys are back in town at deafening volumes.
Yeah. Well, 2 of the boys, anyway. So, you grab a crowbar and you wrench up this floorboard, and inside is a device that feels like it was at the back of your dreams. Something calling and telling you to remember and remember and remember. Hence why you
remember the 5th of November.
That's right. Well, we're not far off, actually.
The thermite treason and plot.
It's funny you say that. If you were to, you have let's say you have a digital watch there, Mr. Bob. If you were to check your digital watch, this is November 28th, 2016. But as you wrench this open, there is a large device. It looks as if you would carry it. Let's get some dimensions on this thing. Maybe 4 feet across, 1.5 feet deep.
Question, you said 2016?
Yes.
November 25th? Okay.
2016. It has a keypad lock.
What kind of keypad lock?
Mm-hmm. It's 4 digits, but there's a hyphen in the middle, and you have your 9 or your 10 characters, I suppose, right? 1 to 0.
1 to
And
0.
You have
clear
right.
pound.
This is what it looks like.
6926.
Yeah. Let's say scrawled on it somewhere, like in very small writing, it says, "The reason we're here."
Are there
What I
any
learned
numbers on
today
the
in
key
boating
card?
school is...
Sorry? What'd you say, Herbie?
Are there any numbers on the key card? Do we still have the key card with us?
The key card is numberless, but good question. You probably kept that. Those 3 more doors, boys. Oh, and
Does one of them have an eye on it?
No. Bob, you gain 6 sanity back as well for remembering yourself. Yep.
I have no idea what my current sanity is, but hey, I got 6.
Yeah, well, your current sanity is if you look at your sheet and you minus your sand loss.
I don't have a sheet there, Chief.
I gave you
Oh, okay, and PMs. I was looking
Oh.
at the Roll20 to open a sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you might have picked up quicker if you had seen it.
Oh, well, yeah, if I would have seen that, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah.
a fucking millisecond.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that made it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Is there any way I can pry open anything?
On the
Keypad?
okay, we'll say you could probably dismantle it. Take the front plate off. Like
Yeah,
a
do I need to
screwdriver.
roll anything for
No,
it?
that's fine. Well, actually, yes, you have electrical. Might as well use it. I think you only have a 30, but is what it is.
Oh, no.
We'll say this is pretty easy, so a 60 or double. Nice. So you do. You pry it off with no issues. What are you looking for?
Oh. Any like indication, like any wires heading anywhere, anything I can like
Okay. It looks as though the keypad doesn't unlock this device as much as activate it.
huh.
Is there any worn numbers?
Oh, like on the inside?
Yes.
Yeah, on the keypad, are any of them, like, half worn off?
Oh, that's clever.
How negligent is the repair people around
that
here?
would be like an investigate roll, but like
Well, I mean, to
very-
figure out what order they went in, but just like, that 3 only has a bit of paint left on it. It's mostly gone.
Okay, we'll say there are 3 keys that have been used at some point. It looks like not that these are worn, but the rest were pristine. And these seem like some amount of finger oil or some such have at least like a tiny bit corroded them. We'll go in alphabetical, air quotes, numerical order, whatever you prefer. Just for simplicity's sake, these 3 keys. If Origami or Rudy ever feel comfortable guessing as to who their character is, they may.
Oh, I know who my character is.
Who is he?
It's Rudy's character.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Your character takes another 3 points of sand loss, as he's lost as to who he is.
I know the character sheet, but I don't remember anything about it.
Your character's very, very low on sand, Oregon.
I forgot her name too. Oh, my character's low on sand. I thought my original character was low on sand.
Your character is currently sitting at 25 sand.
Oof.
Not great. Sorry. Rudy's character actually has the easiest name, but that'd be spoiling.
I mean, I know who Oregano is out of character because I have everybody's character sheets.
That's correct.
But in character, I don't know.
I think I know my character's name. I think it's Ashley.
No.
Not
another
this character I'm currently playing.
Oh, okay.
Not-
Okay.
I'm talking about the old one I used to play.
Ashley Connor, yes.
Yes.
That is a name you remember.
So that would have been the stern or whatever woman.
The stoic woman, yeah. Yep.
The sad thing is there's like 2 other characters, but I know one of them is a person we didn't play for a long time, and I don't remember if it's that character.
Actually, I don't think that Bob, so like actual in character, I don't think he would know Origami's character.
He would not know his current character, no.
Yeah, because they never met. It
That's
was after
correct.
Bob went off to go get whatever, like some.
And as Bob
R&R.
thinks about this, in-game, Bob remembers a mission he was not part of, a mission of utmost importance, a mission
There's a secret
potentially,
mission in uncharted space.
Absolute, like this was like primo important. We're now the Bob being sent in was now the third team being sent to deal with this, and Bob went in with a few other members because the rest of his group, which potentially he remembers the name of, was lost in it.
Is this the group like before? I might just be misinterpreting this. Was this the group before our group?
Yeah,
Because Bob's a veteran, right?
Well, a veteran of Delta Green, but he's not a veteran IRL. He's a janitor.
Oh, I know, but like,
yeah.
did Bob have groups before our group? I forgot.
No.
That
Okay.
was basically
So-
Bob has
a
been
group
working for the government for a long time, but not
Because he's like a
for
janitor.
Delta Green.
Because
Well, he's worked like everywhere
and Department of
and been fired
Transportation and
everywhere.
yes. So as Wagner is now thinking and sort of uncovering, and as you guys metagame hard enough, your characters will just remember this information they should have had. Wagner, you remember you were part of the second team sent into this facility. You're not sure if you're still in that facility as you don't recognize anything around you. But you were sent into a facility because there was an anomaly that Delta Green needed dealt with. It was breaking containment and sent in with most drastic measures to deal with it. You went in with a few members. Went in with Ajax.
Ooh.
You went in with Torjay.
I thought it was Torre.
It was not. I said Torjay many times, and I was corrected that the character is not Mexican, it is Torjay.
Who's
So-
Torjay again? I need
Torjay was a member of another group sent to your
Yep.
group.
Yeah, he was a fill in the blank while other people were.
Oh, I
It just
remember now. Okay, I
Mhm.
vaguely remember now.
You can actually remember, as you think about it, there were various cells. And he was a part of one cell, sort of sent into yours for the situation. Because his current cell went in a big group and all went MIA. You also went in with a gentleman called Blackburn, who's also not present in this room. And you went in with Atlas. Don't see either. You do, however, recognize Origami as Torjay. So you would have known him. And Bob recognizes the final character in the room, but wishes he didn't.
No, I don't.
I is scared.
I'm not.
Oh, man.
So, as Bob is metagaming and thinking about this shit, since I was sent in as a third group, then it was after E went in
Correct.
and disappeared. Would I have been still part of E then, or would I have been lumped in with like F or somebody?
No, you're still part of E. So it's not that, like, you are sort of the last known functioning part of E-Cell. And that's why, like, E-Cell was so small, that because we took losses previous, I mean, Connor was shot to shit and exploded, and Rudy's character, Current, who is bearing a nasty scar from it, had a huge chunk taken out of his side. he's fine now, as they say. He's been healed.
So Rudy came in here with me as the third team?
Yes, you came
Okay.
in when the second team, Wagner and Torjay and Blackburn and everyone, went MIA as well, and they were like, "Look, like this has to be done. Get in there, get down there, and use the device."
Hmm.
And y'all thought we'd never come back. I was just waiting. This is the thrilling climax of Delta Green.
What a good one it is.
Well, I mean, it's interesting though that we've spent some time here and can still see the blue mold.
Yes,
Was the blue mold an old Delta Green? I forgot.
it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, the scientists that didn't know what the fuck we were on about.
Well, that's
You know,
the thing.
thinking about it, way back when, I probably should have just taken one of them and just like rubbed his fucking head against the wall and be like, "Can you feel that, dipshit? Can't see it."
Well, do you remember how Torjay managed to get viscera all over his boot? It was one of them
Wait.
came through the wall, and Torjay booted its fucking head off.
Oh, right.
And the last line from Herpy was, "Get out of my swamp." Wow. We now have a mission. We also have a ticking timer. Unfortunately, you chose Bob and not Atlas, because Atlas had many answers that Bob does not.
Oh, exactly. Atlas had a lot of
He had a
stuff.
lot of answers. Now, would Atlas have been the kind of guy? So here's what we're saying. The other characters, I mean, we have Atlas, we have Blackburn, etc. These characters exist if needed. If any of you die, we're just going to sort of DM Fiat or whatever you like to call that, and say that
Hand
Retcon.
wave.
right, that we find them in the next room, sort of like encased in something or trapped, whatever.
In one of the smaller canisters as opposed to the
Correct.
huge one.
We'll find them in a smaller canister, so we have an extra life on the way out. If, however, you all make it out alive, in the final decontamination room before you leave, we will find them in canisters there that look like they were sort of to be transported. So potentially we could
About
make
to be
it out.
strapped onto trucks.
Right, we could potentially make it out with E-Cell intact. Unlikely. But it's not so. So here's the thing: is Atlas was down here. Atlas was never down this far. So Origami, your character, and Wagner are the only two people that know this information. It's up to you how much you divulge. But on the original mission, you made it to the elevator, basically. At which point everything went to shit. Ajax was, fucking around in the room with the scientist and things like that. And there was a reality bending anomaly, a large, very dangerous anomaly that you were sent to destroy with the device. And it actually sort of, called out to Zelphus, the person, as opposed to Ajax, the character, because again, it was kind of a fun thing, right? It's going through realities. But that's when things got shitty. This thing was coming after you, and the last thing you remember was waking up in these pods, so you were captured.
Was the device this charged? Sorry.
Yes, this
Okay.
device that you have here. Yeah, this
Good
is
thing
what
I didn't break it.
that's very true. Yeah. Well, if you had broke it, it would have been a very, very bad thing, actually. Who would have known? I assume Atlas. Atlas probably would have been the single person with knowledge as to what the device is. Wagner would have had a vague idea, but
I'm just gonna say who I went down with, as I could recall.
okay.
Just that information.
But Borrowed, I was gonna ask. Atlas is a very clever character, and a very like OCD. Like he thinks to know everything.
Mhm.
Would Atlas have concealed notations or a small hint or a clue somewhere if he could have?
I mean, it would completely depend on how good of a hiding spot it would have been, because it wouldn't have been like just scratching it on the side of
No,
that
I know that.
keypad
Yeah,
there. That would have been him.
I'm wondering
But
if like would Atlas have like written a note and put it like on the inseam of someone's clothing, like Wagner who was with him, for example. Like last ditch instructions in case Atlas himself died and Wagner had to activate the device.
I don't know if he necessarily would have actually did physical notes. He might have been a bit more technical about it and just
Okay.
put a word, not USB, not micro USB, but the really fucking tiny memory cards for
Like
like
an
cameras.
SD card or a micro SD?
Yeah, little micro SD card.
Okay.
Like took that and did something with that, mayhaps.
Okay.
Because then it's not even a folded up piece of paper. It's something that weighs a tenth of a gram. It's nothing.
Okay. So if Wagner or Torhe want to give me luck checks, we'll say
Ooh.
you have to make a 40 or below. If
Hmm.
one of you makes this, you find this on your person as you're going through all your pockets. Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Can
yes,
I find it on my phone or some shit?
I don't think you would have done that necessarily. But you can definitely find like a micro SD card on. I mean, at this point, let's say Wagner's person. Unfortunately, you don't have a computer.
Dora. Uh, is there any sort of like is there any like interface to IO? Is there any IO on any like thing to like plug anything into?
Not that you can see in these series of rooms.
Darn.
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's metagaming too hard. I can't do that.
No, nothing's metagaming too hard. That's
It's not on Bob's notes, on Atlas's notes.
that is unfortunately.
Because
Yes.
I have a damn good inkling what the code to something would be. It's not the code to this door, though, because it's not those buttons you said were worn down.
Okay. Does it have a B in it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different one. That's fine. So we have a door to our south. We have the locked elevator to our east, and south again on the southwest is the corridor.
I mean, we could open the magnetic door with a thermite charge, but I don't know how deep we are in. I don't know if the top floor is going to open either, so it might be.
I would say blowing up the elevator door is probably the riskiest thing to do.
I mean, I could if you want me to.
Yeah, that's true. Thermite's all about big fucking holes.
I say we go check the door to the west.
Uh, the south or the southwest. There's
Yeah,
one for a
yes.
corridor. There's one where there's like we don't know what it is, and then there's the elevator.
I say the corridor one.
Okay.
So I check it. Is it locked?
No. In fact, it opens easily. And as you open it, it's a very long corridor. There's a bunch of doors on the one side. And you see a shambling form move extremely quickly through one of the walls. Say this wall right. This is a very large form, and you got a very quick glimpse at it. So we're gonna have you take a sand check, which is shitty because right now you have 25 sand.
There you go, Raffle PM.
Thanks. Okay, well, you failed it. So take 1d4. When you
Is
encounter
everyone rolling a sand check?
No, just Origami's character. He was the only one to see it.
I just noped the fuck out and I just slammed.
Yeah, wow, fuck. So down to 21 sand. And you haven't even seen whatever this was. Unfortunately, you have trouble describing it to the rest of the group as well.
There's a large hunk of mass there. I don't. No.
You probably try and tell them that it went through a wall, and everyone's like, there's a door just down there. I probably took the door. And Borrowed, you were very close.
But yeah, I mean, I would have said that was the thing, but like I said, those numbers don't match up.
I will say that those numbers would also apply. It's just your character doesn't know.
That's precisely why I didn't actually
Yeah.
say anything.
No,
I
but
mean,
I
hey,
just
if we find a laptop or
I-
something, slot that micro SD.
That's exactly. I just want you to know that there are two answers to this puzzle, and that one does work. So anyway, you have many doors now, none of which you can see what the signs are because they're on the side. You'd have to go down the corridor.
Uh-oh.
Or we check the mystery room.
Should we check the mystery room first before going down the long corridor with scary sight lines?
This room seems to be a lab of some sort. It looks like they synthesized materials of various kinds. There is currently one in production, and it's filling a jar.
Is it mold?
No, actually. Does anyone have chemistry? No, Atlas could have probably done this again.
Again, yeah.
yeah.
But
No.
Sorry, remind me off the top of my head, who was Atlas's character again?
He was Borrowed's character because
Oh.
Bob
that
got
was
too
when
fucked
Bob
up.
was indisposed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And he was like the chemist.
Yeah,
he
He was
was
a scientist. He was
yes,
a scientist.
he was a scientist.
Okay.
Yeah. He was brought in again to help G Cell or to help E Cell because it was needed.
I don't. Yeah, sorry.
No, go for it.
What falls under chemistry?
Chemistry, unfortunately.
I don't
Your character's like
think
a
I have it.
physicist and a roboticist and
Yeah.
an explosivist.
Well,
The most I
wouldn't-
would say is I know how to mix chemicals to make things go the big boom, but that's like
That's true, yeah.
wouldn't that be just something under science? Because like I have nothing in science, so I can't help. But because
Yeah.
like there is no chemistry skill specifically, just like how for craft, there's all sorts of crap you could put there.
Yeah, like craft chemist and stuff like that, yeah.
Hmm.
I believe that's how it was done. Oh yeah, because these are the... Yeah, I would say medicine would work as well, or maybe military science or something like that.
I can mix things so they explode.
I'll say at half your skill, so 35, you could recognize
I
some
have
of the
military
components.
science 60% land.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Go for that.
D100.
Behind
I mean,
yeah.
Bob can stare at it and try and
Nice.
figure out what it is without breaking shit.
Yeah.
Just
So
Yeah, like I said, he's just kind of staring at it, like, nope,
yeah.
you got me.
So Rudy, but anyway, he looks at it and he recognizes not the chemicals themselves, but the purpose. This is a chemical weapon meant to combat something. And it looks like it was being made in large quantities. You also notice that this room is mold free.
It's what?
It's mold free.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's a fungicide, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe. Could we experiment with that real quick?
Yeah, totally. You want to just splash a little on the mold outside?
Cheeky
Yes.
splash? Cheeky splash won't hurt
Yeah,
anybody.
it visibly burns and rise, and like there's almost like a shrill sort of noise that happens. So we have 1 jar of fungicide.
1 yar. Wait, doesn't it constantly make more, or is it just that? That's all we have.
That's all that's sort of left. It was the last
Unfortunate.
batch. Yeah.
Hmm.
This room does also have computers and the like.
Do we find one that's compatible with micro SD?
Yeah, you could definitely find some sort of a converter. It looks like there's all sorts of electronics in here. A very in-depth lab. What they were researching, probably the mold, realistically, if they were building a fungicide for it. You slot it in, and how would have Atlas done it? Just a text file?
I mean, it probably wouldn't have been like just a basic text file. It probably would have just been
Not a
something very...
.txt file.
Yeah, RTF.
Yeah, like it would have been something, save the text file as just one of the other formatting types. So then you can't just like open it on a phone.
So
You
we
have to
need
actually have it on a laptop.
So we need a computer skill. If anyone has a computer, to be like, wait a minute. And I believe Wagner does.
Oh.
I believe, yeah, computer science 60.
Huh.
So hack us a
Gotta
fucking
program those
micro
explosives.
SD. Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, weren't you like the guy to type files in the F?
Oh, he was the bomb
What?
squad.
I was the bomb man.
Oh, I thought he
I
was
built
also like.
explosives.
Yeah. So you go, and you find Atlas's file, and just for sort of fun, we'll have Atlas read off some information he would like to impart. I'll give you 3 things. You can say 3 things, Borrowed. Not 3 sentences, but you can give 3 clues that you want the group to know.
3. Well, what would be the 3 most important things Atlas would write down? Like, if you have 1 paragraph, Atlas, what would you have done?
In this room, also, while you think about that, there is a very rough schematic for the floor plan of this area. So you are on floor 17. Sorry, 19. Floor 19. And I will reveal now the whole floor plan. Bloom. Or actually, I'll reveal a little more so Barra doesn't get triggered with CD. The important rooms are the lab you're in now. Of course, I will actually write in some text. This here is sort of central computing slash elevator control. And this room here are offices and admin. Allocator. Oh fuck. The other rooms are sort of non-important.
On a side note, that backpack thing I have,
Mhm.
is there anything to like mess with button wise or levers or switches or anything like that?
Yeah,
Just sit there and tinker with?
there's a few dials on it. You're not really sure what they do. And there's a trigger of sorts that you can find. It's like a hand trigger, like you would like instead of like a finger, like you'd have to squeeze it with your whole hand. But it's underneath the sort of barrel part with the crystal on it.
What's on the dial things?
A series of numbers. There's also like say a little bar that has 4 pips on it.
Gotta I keep switching those around to see if they light up or anything?
Okay, as you change the dials, you notice the pips on the bar change. They go from 1 pip to 5 pips.
Hmm.
Are you typing this up, Borrowed?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to narrate it as well. That's fine.
Mhm.
Okay. But you can absolutely have it there. Wagner, of course, at this point, Clarion, is the city you're in.
Oh,
Clarion.
is that the name of any city on Earth?
It is Clarion, PA.
Oh. Huh.
Neat.
Neato. Is Clarion known for anything?
No, it's fairly
Oh.
nondescript.
It's just shit.
It is a small town, actually, yeah. And this the base is located outside of town, of course.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was writing something when what is the pip thing for?
Oh, that's for Rudy's large backpack and crystal object.
Got it.
Okay. He can like mess with the dials and set it from 1 pip to 5 pips.
Uh-huh. Does that have we moved that around yet or no? Is it just sort of sitting there?
No, it's
Yeah,
still
we're
on his
just looking
back.
at it.
Yeah.
I think it's a bomb.
But as he like if he dials it, he can change it so it goes like 5 pips or it goes like 4, 3, 2 and then 1
Okay.
pip. Yeah.
Is there like any if he moves it, if he moves the dial besides like just the light switching, does anything happen?
He might hear a slight hum get louder as the pips
If you hold it up
increase.
to the mold, does it do anything to it?
Oh, that's cool. If he puts the
Hmm.
crystal near the mold, you hear you smell almost a slight charred smell, and there's like almost like a crackling.
Is there any effect on the mold?
The mold sort of recedes very slightly from where
Hmm.
it's placed. Very slightly.
Could I turn 1 pip on and squeeze the trigger at the mold?
Sure, yeah.
There's a trigger on the backpack?
It's
Yes.
yeah, it's like a hand trigger
I have an
though.
idea what this is, but I'm not sure.
Well,
Holy hand grenade of Antioch.
so you're doing it at the corridor with all the mold? Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's one of the beam weapons
You
from the
start
old
to
thing,
smell
remember?
ozone. and you begin losing your
Oh,
hearing
no.
temporarily. This
Oh,
loud
no.
crack deafens the room, attracting everyone's attention. A bolt of green electricity arcs across the room, carving a blackened path and charring everything it touches. You notice you now have 4 pips remaining.
Oh boy.
So if he fired all the pips just then, what would have happened to it?
I mean, she'd be out of juice.
Not
Yeah.
doing that again.
Not till you need it. Oh man. At this point, while just give us a little something, and oh, here we go.
My favorite
That's-
write-ups.
That's pretty much me trying to summarize like 12 fucking paragraphs into one.
That's fair. You had a lot written. So Atlas, if you want to narrate.
Oh my lord. Where is this from? I don't remember this stuff.
No? How do you not?
This,
Well,
like,
it
this
was
original
4
stuff from,
years
like, the
ago.
old Delta Green?
3.5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's been a
remember my
while.
Character sheet, but I don't remember the name.
Your character's Rudy.
You
No, was it?
literally
Yeah,
never named
this is
it.
your first character. Your second character was Blackburn. Yeah.
Should have known.
Yeah, your first character was Rudy, Bob's son. Not that he
Wasn't the
admits to it.
second one Blackburn?
That's
something?
correct, yeah.
Damn it.
But I remember the giant humanoid that I stuck the thermite grenades down into, but was that the one this is referring to?
No, the thermite... Well, that was the space sausage hellhole.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was like one of the... There was like this like...
Oh, no,
weird
no, no.
mechanical
That was
he's
the
talking
birthing
about the
chamber.
thing in the exoskeleton.
Oh, right. No, that was at the house. We were investigating. No. This is another facility that you went into. There was all the mold and everything. Bard is not referring to any of those. Atlas, you've now done those. Those are your big clues. Please explain those clues and actually catch everyone up, because it has been 3.5 years since our last session.
It's been 3.5 years, and
Yes.
honestly, it could have been a month ago.
Yes, that's how it
Oh
feels
my
to me too,
God.
right? I've actually had this written for a while, and I was like, I don't know when I want to do it again. And then you add it, you change it, you do little tweaks, and because of the time dilation, I was like, you know what? It's perfect. If we do it now and continue, it is like our characters are amnesiac. Like, that's fun. Nobody remembers anything. We start remembering things. That's why I have the big metagaming thing. I was like, that's fine. Your characters would have remembered it in time. And
A long call.
it is currently real time in Delta Green, March 20th of 2020. But your characters have experienced a month of hell. Or rather, 25 days. But please, Atlas, explain.
Now, explain just off of what I summarized, or like
Explain everything you remember, but no more important clues than listed there. You know what I mean? Like, tell of the things, but...
So, okay, to go over stuff without just quoting all of my shit
Oh,
verbatim.
actually, Wagner and Torjay give an intelligence roll. If you guys make it, I'll say that this jogs your memory, and then Atlas can expand more. Perfect. So I think that's fair. Bard, you can now summate free will.
All right, so from Atlas's notes, mind you,
Right.
it's that he was recruited to E-Cell from his other cell, which I think
G.
he was F?
Wasn't he? Oh, yes, F, the cleanup crew. That's right.
Let's see, F was...
F was the cleanup crew.
And Torjay used to be H cell, but he got put into E.
Yeah. This is what we had written up anyway.
Yes. Okay, so what it was is he got recruited to be kind of a fill-in because E-Cell is so fucking low on people. They got told to, as I said, retrieve Artifact 22B from the Clarion PA G-Cell facility. Specifically, this is a G cell facility which is in Game State Lands number 72 in Pennsylvania. They met in Newport, Massachusetts, and they moved towards the Pennsylvania facility. The G cell that got whatever this was happened to it. They're not all dead when we got there. They asked if we had Harvey with us because he did something to their cafeteria. Then he asked us for a code, and apparently the code wasn't "fuck you, I have the key card."
That's right. Yeah.
So we strap on our. Well, okay, I strapped on my decon suits. There was other decon suits there for other people. Yes, that's right. I had to be F-cell because I already had a decon suit. Right.
That's correct. Yeah.
Clean up, yeah. So while we're in the decon room, Hans was addressed, who was what
Hans.
seems to be a yes, Hans gets a Flammenwaffe, but he seems to be some sort of AI, which kind of is more of a Walkman on
That's
a
right.
microphone. That's just it can put together sentences.
Do you
from
not
what it
remember that,
has.
Herpy? Like people,
No.
it was like 2/3 of the session. People were like, "Wait a minute!" Like, because every time you would talk to it, there would be like a, and then he would start talking, and it would be like very like odd lines, and apparently like sometimes you got repeats, and it was like, "What the fuck?" And it was literally just an old tape computer that like would figure out what it needed to say and play the line.
Oh, I
yeah,
vaguely remember this.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and then you guys figured it, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, who
Oh
is
my
this
god!
guy?"
So essentially, it just has like it has like rudimentary AI, but it's also just a fucking bunch of inbuilt lines.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It knows what it wants to, purvey to us, but it can't really do that. So it's just like, okay, that and that are good enough.
Yeah.
But so we talked with Hans a little bit while we were all suiting up. While we were suiting up, we noticed that their clean room suits had holes in them. Not like
That's
massive
right.
ones, but like little moth holes. It was kind of weird. It's like, why the fuck? And then also inside of the decon room, so like, on the part that would be decontaminated, there was blue mold on the door. Like, how the hell was that not cleaned? Oh, it's because the ceiling sprayers don't work. So after
I
that,
vaguely remember the ceiling spurs.
after that, we're talking with Hans, and it specifically requested 7 of you. And it's like, did you forget your mission? No. Report to lead observer Gary. Question, Hans, what's the date? Today's November 2nd. It was the 3rd. The briefing room is on the first floor to the right. And then it's like, okay, well, let's explore the rest of the place. And then we eventually get our ass to the briefing room. I'm sorry, this is the laboratory. Briefing room is the first room on your right. We were in the first room on our right, which is not the briefing room. It's the fucking laboratory, Hans, you idiot.
Yeah.
The briefing room was actually the second door on the right. Hans is an idiot. Inside said briefing room, the room was empty. Gary wasn't there for us to report to. There was red stains and shell casings. Bye-bye. Inside of the room, there was a projector, which had a video, which is where we learned about 2298, being the giant humanoid that they received from a different facility and were in the process of attempting to house.
And specifically, do you know the dimensions? 22-98.
That was on my other set of notes.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
That may be important.
Yeah. The other set of notes I had. So 2298 was transferred here from G33, so different G cell facility, because they lack sufficient containment. Well, it doesn't quite make any sense because according to their records, its size was 2'1". How do you not have containment for that? Yeah, problem. Its current size was 9'3".
Oh, fuck me.
and it was continuing to grow. It was currently being held in a 6x6 foot square cell. Or no, G cell held in a 6x6. Theirs is a 7x7 on the sides, and it's trying its best to ram the walls down. Like it's running back, getting speed, and running forward and slamming into the wall. So, yeah, they're trying to make a bigger containment zone for it. That was about the last of the correspondence about 2298.
And the important thing about that was the longer it had, like the longer distance it had to run, the faster it moved.
Mm-hmm.
Sounding to sound like Billy.
God damn it, Billy.
Kind of. He's
I meant
talking
like I'm
he's
talking about
talking
the SCP.
Oh.
SCP-173.
I think so, something like that.
Sorry, I don't know SCPs as
The
well,
shy
but
guy.
we've been over this as well.
The one that snaps your neck if you blink.
Oh, that fucker. Okay, yes. Yeah, the cool, like, concrete looking thing.
And that's why when you said there was black residue on the wall, I said Radical Larry. Radical Larry is Markiplier's name for the old man, the black ooze guy that comes through the wall and grabs you and teleports you.
Okay, I see. These are memes I don't get.
Radical Larry.
Yes, he calls him Radical Larry. I don't know where the hell it started from. Yeah. So, whatever. Moving past 2298 to 4316, which is the blue mold that we're currently dealing with again.
Mm.
We told the recorder that Gary was gone. The recorder changed his tune to, instead of we have to talk to Gary, that Gary couldn't make it. It's like, but you said Gary was here, but whatever. So, yeah, the Hans didn't know that we were there for Artifact 22B. He said that we were there to clean up after 4316. Okay, what the hell is 4316? That's classified. Please remember, wash your hands if dealing with 4316. Where is 4316 located? The location of 4316 is classified.
Oh, yeah.
And this is probably about the point where we figured out, Hans, you piece of shit, you're not even real.
Yeah. That was great.
So
Hans is a robot?
That's right.
Yeah, Hans was the Walkman on a microphone.
We actually
I see.
spent 2 sessions in this area, if I remember.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We eventually just are like, okay, whatever, fuck whatever 4316 is, the mold. And we made our way to the artifact storage, which was idiotically the most roundabout fucking way you could get there. Like, I don't know how they're moving these big boxes of shit into this place, because you had to go down through a sub-level, down a ladder, through basically a little bit bigger than a crawl space,
That's right,
and then
yeah.
up another ladder to get into this artifact storage.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it was more like a fucking panic room at that point. Like, what the fuck with this way to get in here? Whatever. Yeah, the red squiggles was where 2298 was.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't let it gain that much speed, which is why they had to build it in a helical design. So we get into there, and we get the artifact that I was here for, and there was a few other artifacts. Do I have those written down? Yes. So I was there for 22B, but there were 3 other artifacts that weren't removed already. 112F, which was a cavalry saber.
Mhm.
1872, which was a Rubik's Cube, although for some reason the center tile on the red side was replaced with the lens and inner workings of a magic 8-ball.
That's right.
It was just kind of like...
And these are just all anomalous items, right?
Yes.
Yeah, these are all just in there. And then artifact 4492 was a newspaper. The front page of the newspaper said November 4th, 2016. Mind you, when we arrived, it was the 3rd, and according to their clocks in there, it was the 2nd because of time dilation. However, that was only the first page. Every other page said it was April 17th, 1982.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just kind of like, huh?
Oh, I remember this now. Okay, it's all coming back to me. It's been a while. I'm so sorry.
No. Hey, that's why I did it as like the amnesia thing, because that's fun. Like you remember as your characters do, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then we go talk to Gunther. We finally find the crazy fuck.
Well, yeah.
He can't see the mold. He don't know what the hell we're on about. There's no mold here.
Oh, I remember now. It's like fucking. There's something about it. It's mimetic.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you get the mold, you are unaware of it because you were just meant to spread it, essentially.
Yep. And what Gunther was working on was a compound that didn't make any sense, but according to him, would allow you to soften a wall and walk through it, but the wall would still be hard. It was just kind of like, Gunther, you're knucking futs, but okay.
Oh, and I remember this. And something happened with that compound that fucked somebody up.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that was the hole stuck halfway in the wall, and then origami killed him.
Well, no, that was another mold guy, because Gunther tried leaving, like he left and he was like trying to escape through, I believe, and you guys were like, "Oh fuck this!" Like, no, Gunther,
What did we do to him?
fucking murked his ass.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Did
I
we?
remember that. Yeah, we did. We fucking actually gave him, I think.
So that was the first session. The second session, we were there. We went through and tried to find shit. The security records and security footage, time records, all that shit had been purged. So who knows how long this facility thinks it's been going. We've been there for like an hour at this point. We went topside to call up Sam. This is the Sam they were asking about, Uncle Sam, our guy.
Hey yo, nice.
We go up topside to call Sam because there's no reception because, we're like 100 feet underground. And Sam's like, we haven't heard from you in 23 hours. The hell? It's like, what? It's been like 45 minutes. The fuck are you talking about 23 hours?
Oh my god, it's coming back. Fuck me.
Yep.
Stick a pole up my ass and call me a candy apple, dude. Like, fuck me.
So I think for some reason I don't have it written down, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I kind of made my own fungicide. It wasn't the one that was supposed to be used, the bile solution,
That's right.
but I made my own fungicide and it worked on the mold in the airlock. So that was cool. There was a tiny bit of mold left over though, and it was kind of in the shape of a fingerprint. The fingerprint belonged to Agent Hicks, who we don't have with us.
Correct. One of the other H cell guys that were sent in, part of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, the problem with it though was that the fingerprint was Agent Hicks. The scan of it said it was organic, natural skin oil, skin cells, blah blah blah. The cells and DNA weren't from Agent Hicks. So, what the hell is how is that his finger then? And the DNA of who or what the fuck it belongs to isn't on file for Delta Green personnel.
Yes.
See, there were cells on the west side of the facility that were solitary confinement. Agent Gary, there we go. Gary broke the wall between the cells. Yeah, it was almost as if it had been eaten away, not so much just broken. The room next to artifact storage, which I think was a cafeteria or something.
Yes. That's right.
Had a crazy guy in a jumpsuit who was trying to push the wall.
That's where the head boot happened.
Oh, didn't Origami headboot that guy?
Yeah.
That's what happened, right? He
That's
fucking
right.
like actually like curb stomped him.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, he did afterwards, because right this second, Hansen hadn't figured out how to phase through yet. He hadn't found the on button. He was just pushing against the wall. Yeah, he then was convinced that we were mushroom people when we got his attention, and he tried to shoot us.
Oh, I remember this. And then Origami rolled like an incredible amount of damage.
That's right.
It just
Yep.
actually ended that man.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah,
Malcolm
we
X'd him.
went into the kitchen. Okay, it was a kitchen, not a cafeteria. But we went into the kitchen, and there was a bunch of frozen dead G-cell people. They had all starved and/or froze. Then
Well,
Hansen
no, 'cause
found
they
the
were
on
trying to
button
hide
and
the
phased through the
freezer.
wall,
That's
and
right.
Origami killed him.
Yes.
And that was pretty much where that ended.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's your recap of fuckery and time dilation. And Bob, after reading this, he probably didn't grasp most of it, but he grasped 2298, and he's going to go push that on the keypad.
2298.
On the keypad.
Okay.
Just go push 2298.
Device activated.
Oh no.
Thank you for activating this 30 kiloton nuclear device. Detonation in 1 hour.
Can I defuse it?
Nope.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
we're 1 hour. That's more enough time.
More of the time they get the fuck out. So just so you know, 30 kilotons is big.
It's about Little Boy, isn't it? It's a bit. Oh, actually, no. I think that's 3 Little Boys. I think Little Boy was like 11, 12 kilotons.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, I think Little Boy actually was a little bit bigger than
Than
that.
30 kilos?
I think Little Boy was he 20?
Let's see.
No, Fat Man. I remember being 34. Actually, I don't know where that number's coming from.
Okay, no, it is a little bit bigger. Little Boy was 15 kiloton.
Okay.
So it's 2 Little Boys.
Oh, Fat Man was 24. I think then.
Was that
Maybe.
Hiroshima?
Fat Man was Nagasaki. Fat Man was
That's
a little
right.
bit larger.
Yeah,
Plutonium bomb.
Because I think Hiroshima was 20.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Fat Man, Gadget.
Control F
Where's-
kiloton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I don't care. Blah 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 blah. About 21 kiloton.
Oh, 21. Okay.
Okay. So this is a 30.
The
That's big.
Yep.
boy.
After the Trinity test gave a yield of about 20 kilotons, they made some minor adjustments. But yeah, so 21 kiloton.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
It's a we need to not be here in an hour boy.
Won't this destroy Clarion?
It's under the ground, so the detonation's nowhere near as bad.
Well, but the interesting thing about nuclear weapons underground though
Seismic.
is
This,
yeah,
but yes.
well, it's seismic, but also it like liquefies the ground and makes a fucking sinkhole. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's let's just say it's not going to be good, but aside from like the radiation and like all of the buildings losing their glass, it's possible. Clarion was written off. Oh, we have computer science. Okay, yes, Wagner, give me a computer science roll.
What is this for?
You know what it's for.
I don't know what it's for.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I gotta relaunch the game. Gerald,
You know what? Speaking of underground nuclear devices,
24?
Yeah.
But underground nuclear devices, theoretically, the first man-made object in space was a
the
manhole cover.
manhole.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because the U.S. tested a underground nuclear bomb, and they obviously take a big shaft, stick the bomb at the bottom, and then they covered it with like concrete, and then after that there was like 40 or 50 foot of air, and they put a manhole cover on top of it just so nobody would fall down the hole. Well, when it detonated, they had a camera going at like over 1,000 frames per second. The manhole cover was on there for 1 frame.
Oh, Jesus. say.
Pepega.
So that thing theoretically reached beyond escape velocity.
That's amazing. Anyway, here you go. This is you've punched the numbers, Wagner. Everything in the green is having a very bad day.
Although, isn't that an above ground version though?
This is for the surface, but I actually did a slightly smaller one for that reason. Yeah.
So,
I would
yellow would be completely annihilated.
probably the inside yellow is like that fireball, but I would say I'd say like the outside yellow is
the
all
yellow
of that is probably
inside of the
gone.
red.
Is like
The yellow inside of the red is annihilated. The red would have some like fucking serious earthquake going on.
Mhm.
The green, I mean, the green you would probably still, like have a pretty good earthquake and like lose your windows. But I think like the gray, blue, whatever you want to call that, and the yellow, you'd be okay enough from the blast, just radiation.
Yeah, I think it's just mostly going to be radiation and like the ground shakes heavily.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Scare the hell out of people on the opposite side of town.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But the point is, you have an hour as of 5 minutes ago to get out.
Well, Bob literally didn't know that because all he saw was 2298 and those were the buttons on the keypad.
Well, it did say detonation and 30 kiloton and
Mhm.
an hour. So, where to, boys? we have an
I think
elevator.
our number one priority is getting out of here.
My other priority is getting the rest of the crew out.
Well, also, we don't know where the humanoid went, right? It
No.
was contained here.
That's true. Actually, Bob. No, your character might not be that curious. Never mind.
Well, Bob's not necessarily curious, but Bob is damn good at noticing things.
He is vengeful, though. I was
Yeah.
just wondering if Bob, now remembering he's Bob and his history, would have been curious about something we already encountered enough to go back. If not, that's fine. The time is ticking. We now have 54
Are you counting?
minutes.
Do you have us on a timer right now?
Yeah, it's real time, yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Well, I mean, define going back.
To the start of the session. There was something we encountered that Bob, if he was thinking, might have been more interested in. That's fine. It's fine. So where to?
That was. Can we go back to the elevator, or was that where we punch the thing in?
No, the elevator is magnetically locked currently.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Does the crystal do anything onto it?
No, it might arc if it touches against it.
Oh, ain't that a kick in the teeth?
Yeah, we do know where elevator control is, but it's in
Could we
central
try
computing.
hacking the doors open with a computer?
Oh, none of these computers will be able to do that, but likely central computing. Like, yeah, you'll be able to just go like put 2 buttons and get yourself a ticket out of here.
Hmm.
If anyone has any bright ideas,
uh,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
well, Bob wants to go look at the elevator.
Okay. What
I guess
about
that's
it?
a good start.
Well,
What are you looking
it
for,
never-
Bob?
I mean, so it's locked, but is there, anything more than a call button?
No. And it's not even like a call button. It's like a key, like a swipe card. But you have a swipe, so
Okay, but swiping the card results in nothing.
right. It goes.
Meh, not today, buddy.
What if I swipe the card the other direction?
No, but that's clever. I do
What
like
if I
that.
turn the card around and swipe in both directions?
No, but I really like that. That's a lot of fun.
Well, because you never know these
That's
damn
true.
credit card machines is up, down, left, fucking
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have
Swipe
tap?
me, daddy.
Yeah.
Hmm. Is there anything left in the supply room?
No.
No?
Not that you saw, no.
If Bob was to go back in there and give it a once over with, Bob's
Okay. Give an
search.
investigate or search. I know he's very good at it, yeah.
I mean,
He had like an 80 or something stupid?
Bob has 95.
Yeah, that's right. No.
Poggers.
You do find 22B.
I find what?
The oh, never mind. You find what did I write that was? Shit. Shit. What was it that Atlas needed? I thought it was 22B.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, artifact 22. You find artifact 22B. We'll say. You find that inside one of the ceiling plates.
Interesting. I don't know if I ever wrote down what the hell 22B was.
No, you didn't.
Wait. No, because we never retrieved 22B, I don't think.
That's right.
Because fucking Gary had it.
What you find is an envelope that says 22B.
Oh no. It's cocaine.
What's inside the envelope?
So
Actually, shake the envelope first. What noise does it make?
What does
So-
that mean?
yeah. Upon opening it, you find a set of keys.
Does the keys have a room number?
No, they're completely nondescript. They just look like a postbox key.
So they're not labeled. Are they on a ring together or two separate keys?
Two separate keys.
And they're not labeled. They don't have anything on there other than maybe they don't even say master lock or anything.
No, they look identical. Well, they have it like a knockoff U.S. Post logo. They look identical. One of them looks newer than the other.
What I'm thinking is this is one of those keys that you need two people to unlock in order to get the
Nuclear control. Call it just thinking. 2298 started the nuclear bomb. 2298 was the really dangerous motherfucker. This is 22B. 22 bomb, keys, nuclear fucking key lock bullshit.
Oh. That's the key to the safety? Because I know a lot of safeties, you need to put an actual key into it.
Yeah, you need to have one person on each side, so you can't just have one person start the reaction. Which is funny because one person could just key it in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can stick it into one of the safeties and then unkey it, right? Because we have no guarantee that keypad wasn't just jury rigged by somebody.
Okay, that's
Wow.
clever. You can't find any
Keyholes.
that. Yeah,
Dang it.
but
Is that an anomalous nuclear bomb?
I do like the way you think, though. But that's not quite the answer to this puzzle. You don't have to
It's
solve
not
this
an
puzzle.
anomalous nuclear bomb, though. Right?
No.
It's just a regular nuke.
This is a regular 30 kiloton nuclear bomb. We don't ask where Uncle Sam got it, but he's having you detonate it under Clarion. So.
Oh, so we were supposed to detonate it.
Oh,
we were part of the
that's the plan. Yeah,
Okay.
the plan staying. Whether or
But
not you make
the guy
it out.
escaped.
Well, last you saw of 2298. Well, nobody here except Origami did.
You hear me say nope?
That's right.
Fast fuck. Oh god, he's still in the fucking facility.
Yeah.
Ralph also had 2 PMs for you.
Okay.
So one I already sent, but
Well, I say we either die here or we die searching. So I take my shotgun, take a deep breath, and open the room to where was the monster that faces through
Yeah, we'll
the
just have to
corridor.
go away. So with grenades, you pull the pin and you let go of the spoon, but as long as you're like, you can put the spoon back in and the
Yes.
pin back in.
no.
Well, you can put the
Can't
pin
put-
back in, right?
You can put the pin back.
Yeah.
I thought for some grenades you can put the spoon back in.
As far as I know, as soon as the spoon goes, it slams onto the primer for the
fuse
chemical
doesn't it?
fuse.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can definitely throw the pin back in. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so if Origami is opening the door, can I come right behind him?
And just have the pin pulled and just holding it.
Yeah,
Um,
is that a good idea? Probably not.
I'm saying that he left already.
I like it. So we're checking the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you
Like,
look down the
open-
corridor. There's nothing currently. You have the pin pulled. You're still holding it. And at this moment, sorry.
I was about to say I waved my hand down like there's no one there.
This moment, you hear sort of a reverberating guttural yell from way down
Shit.
towards offices.
Way out
and
of left
admin.
field.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
Yep.
We're gonna hustle towards the central computing doors.
Yep.
Okay. So you're at now central computing. The doors too. You open, and the ground, sort of everything where there's white right now, is probably a 50-foot drop. There is a bridge that is not fully extended between the two rooms, the room and the hallway. There's a
Nice.
note by the door. Due to some security breaches lately, it says, please see administration to extend the bridge if you need anything in central computing.
How athletic are we?
Bob isn't. Rudy's
Bob
character
might
is
not be
quite
athletic,
athletic.
but I'll fucking throw you.
That's true. Yeah, he's a fucking
Ow.
like a zillion strength.
I'll help him with throwing as well.
But also suggestion. That's only like a whatever 3-foot gap.
Yeah, I'll say
maybe.
that.
Why don't we just take the fucking bench and flip it upside down? Just put it over the gap.
Poggers.
Okay, you can do that.
Because that bench is like 6 foot long. So just flip it upside down so that we're not trying to balance on top of these little bitty legs and just it's a plank.
Okay. As you do that and you start putting it down, of course you're going to have to lift it and do it for the other side as well. But as you start doing this process, a figure begins to emerge from offices and admin. Who sees it? Because eventually you all will. Well, I assume it cries out and everyone sees it.
Yeah.
So let's just roll sand across the board.
Oh,
Or-
buddy.
Origami's
Good.
already taken some, so he'll take less for this.
Oh, we have a question about my sand. So was my sand back to its base
Right.
minus the original and then plus the 6?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'll need
Yeah.
to.
So
keep
you're
track
not
of
too low. Herpy on the other hand.
There we go. I knew it was coming.
Okay. So Herpy and Borrowed failed. Herpy, let me just get your sand for you. You are currently at 40.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
The two of you take,
So let's see. I was at.
we'll say 3d10.
Oh, wow.
This is bad. This is bad. This is probably the only sand loss we're going to be taking in here, though. Okay. So yeah, Herpes down to 7.
Ba-ba-ba.
Wait, I thought it was at 40.
40? Yes. Sorry.
Bob
Oof,
was rather
17.
unnerved, but then was like, eh.
Yeah. So this isn't too bad for Bob. He's seen some shit. But of course Wagner's like, oh mother of fucking god, right?
There you go, Ralph. Just for your.
Rudy, you take D6, and since Origami passed, no, he failed. Oh, you take D6 again, Origami. Nice. So Rudy's like, well, I've seen war, so, and I've seen space sausages. Yeah.
Fucking space
I
sausages.
basically took my shotgun. I was like,
You're thinking about shooting yourself. You're getting there.
that too. I
Yeah.
was saying, either I die now or I die to a nuclear bomb. Either way, I'm gonna die.
Somebody's going down.
Somebody's going
So I
down.
took out. So I take out my shotgun and I just start unloading as I'm walking forward.
Like,
towards them.
okay, I like that. I like that.
Like
Give me
the
some shotgun
Terminator.
rolls. What this thing is though, as it rips the doors off offices and admin, and like sort of spills itself into the hallway,
Ew.
is an extremely long. Okay. Think like a Chinese dragon, but hairy. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's got like a wolfen sort of face, and it's just
Get the fuck out of here, never ending story.
yeah, Falcor, right? He just spills out, and he's fucking gross and nasty. Rough guesstimate to anyone that passed their SAN. Rudy, I think, was the only person. Right? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What was this charged for again? I have terrible memory.
Charged?
The round disc thing?
Oh, yeah.
The Doom Frisbee?
The Doom Frisbee.
The
Well,
explosive pancake?
you wanted to make super breaching charges to level the fucking apartment building with all the
Oh, so this is like an anomalous breaching charge, isn't it?
Well, it's not anomalous, it's just you made it. It's just a
Oh.
Mondo fuck you charge.
Mondo charge.
Yeah. But anyway, so this thing's like spilling out. And Rudy being the only character who can sanely look at it, and sort of like go, holy shit, this thing is X big, 20 feet long. So she's a big boy. She's getting bigger.
Dummy thick.
Dummy thick. Yeah. But it's mad and it's coming at you. And Origami, give me some shotgun rolls there. We'll say you get 3 blasts off while it's
Okay, so
pouring
Ralph,
around.
you,
Can he throw my grenade while he's
Oh
walking down the
fuck yeah,
corridor?
yeah.
Just
Ralph,
throw
you
it
said it's
far-
kind
far
of
away from.
Okay.
Chinese dragon. Like, does this thing still have little short itty bitty arms like they do, or?
No, it's got big fucking
Yeah.
like man arms.
What's
It's
So-
man
so this-
arms.
Well, not
So this is 2298 then.
This is 2298. This thing's basically like if someone like took some gross like a Falcor or like a wolf creature and just stretched it. Is just nasty and
so D100 for the roll, and then what is it 1d6 plus 3 for.
no, so well, yes, your final shot will be 4d6. We'll say your other two are like your first one's 1d6, then 2d6, then 4d6 because it's how close you're getting to it. So you're moving up. Wagner, give me a throwing check.
Oh god.
No. What is your throw? 20. Okay.
It basically
This is
lands
bad.
on me. I got
It
5
it
seconds.
literally lands on you. Yeah.
I got
Kick
5
it down the
seconds.
hall. Kick it down
No.
the hall.
But oh god. Okay.
Can
Well, I
Origami
am-
kick it?
Origami's
Wait,
gonna
wait,
have to
I-
make a dex check.
Oh, I'm
I
so
am
sorry,
walk-
Origami.
I am walking, so I might have kicked it.
Okay, but we're gonna say dex at -20 because that was a pretty shitty roll. So you're oh, okay.
Unless you want
So-
to try and.
So here's what
throw it?
happens.
Like,
Yeah, could you roll 10d6 for me, Herpy?
Oh no.
oh boy. This
Okay.
is where the fun starts.
So here's what happens. And then Origami, I need 1d6, 2d6, and 4d6 from you. Okay.
And what was the other one?
4d6 at the end. Oh, these are some
Oh
good
my
rolls, actually. I like
God.
that. Grab my number crunching real quick. 70. Cool. So here's what happens.
Oh my god.
Origami, like, so Torjay, our finest soldier, is just walking down the corridor, just like unloading and like cocking and firing, like, you know what I mean? And he's just going, and shells are going clink, 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 and this thing's like trying to right itself, and it's like sort of taking the brunt of these hits and spinning and sort of starting to rev up, and it's scratching at the ground, and it's starting to run at him, and he's just staring into the face of death itself and just firing and walking at it, unfazed. And then the grenade goes through the air and like right in front of him, and he's just still walking and firing his gun, and this grenade just detonates in his face. But in the middle of him and the monster, but in that instant, Torjay stops existing.
I'm so sorry.
Like just a blast of viscera, bile, and spare shrapnel that made it past him come flooding back across the corridor. So Torjay now kind of looks like this. It's good to know.
Spaghetti.
No, he doesn't look just like that, Raffle. He looks more like that.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a rip. Okay.
Another one?
Origami.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna say
am
this thing
completely
starts
fine
running.
with this.
If you guys want to jump across or run across and then jump the second part, the central computing, be my guest.
He's running at us. The thing
Oh,
is
he's
running
running
at us.
at you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull another pin. And
Okay. And
I'm
then,
charging out my backpack to off all of it.
oh, you're doing all 4 pips. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. That's actually a good roll because you have 20. I remember we had this problem before where your character had grenades but couldn't throw for shit. He's like, I can make a bomb, I just can't throw a bomb. So yeah, that was a good toss. Give me 10d6. These are some big boy grenades. Nice. Okay, cool. And so
I'm
that
so sorry,
that
Oregon.
takes a chunk out of it. We'll say actually like one of its arms blows off, and it's still coming quite quickly. It picking up speed. You have 1 attack before it reaches you. And anyone can take an action. Of course, you've used yours. Rudy is about to fire off the big gun on all fucking blast.
If I use one more, he can still fire, right?
If you throw 1 more grenade, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like you probably would get in his way.
Ooh.
Like trying to throw it.
okay, question.
Yes.
Are we supposed to be where we are right now, or are we all
No.
supposed to be
You're-
in central control?
No, you're all in this corridor. You hadn't
Is
quite
the
made
bridge
it.
down yet or no?
So Borrowed's got the bridge. No, he's got the bench. So you
Yeah, I
can
know,
run
he's got the
onto the
bench.
bridge. You would just
Okay.
have to make the last jump if you want to be in central computing.
So what
Well-
if I step onto the bridge and then ricochet like the grenade off the wall of the corridor into the thing's path? So when so what?
Or follow me on this, Captain Clumsy.
True.
You put the grenade on the ground and you kind of just scooch it so it's not directly aiming into the fucking doorway, and then come
Oh,
onto
yeah.
the bridge.
Well, I was gonna ricochet it down the hallway.
Just,
So when I can just I just kick it down there, I guess.
just
Yeah,
you
it is
know,
coming
don't-
quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can I just pull the pin, kick it down the hallway, and get onto the bridge before Rudy fires his big fucking
The
Yamato
BFG
cannon?
1000.
The BFG.
Yeah, that's
1000.
right. Well, he's firing 4 pips, so it's going to be big. So Herpy, why don't you give me a throw, but at plus 40, so 60 or under? Because this is pretty, like, you're just trying to.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I'm still going to say that's probably about what you wanted. Maybe it didn't get quite the angle you wanted, so you're going to do like half damage, but you still got like a, it's safe, everyone's safe, and then you're scooting across.
So I
Rudy,
roll 5d6.
5d6. 17. Okay, cool. Rudy, this thing like that sort of like cleaves some of the flesh off its face. But it's still like pissed. It's coming. It's angry. You're staring down at sort of death itself. You have a big fucking laser gun. You're firing 4 pips, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make I want to say like a firearms roll, but I forget what they call it in this. It's been a while for me.
Beam weapon.
Well, there's heavy weapon and there's firearm.
Okay. This is probably closer to a heavy weapon than a firearm, I would say. Yeah, go with like heavy weapon. Okay. And 4 pips. Okay, hang on.
Oh no.
Okay. Roll 24d6 damage.
Holy shit.
It does
Augers.
24 damage.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh man.
You said D6?
Yeah. Fucking shit. That's a pretty good spread.
That's a lot of ones, though. I gotta say.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, that's a lot of ones.
Yeah, but it's just like this thing arcs. You're all now deaf for the next 3 minutes. Like, so for the next like 3 minutes real time, there's no communication between characters, just players. But yeah, this thing arcs off. Boof, like you feel the whole fucking walls around you buckle. Like the back of your like clothing just fucking like ignites. Like this thing just arcs, and like you can't even control it fully. It's like, and like the laser beams like carving like giant fucking holes through the fucking rock. Like you can almost see a mile in one direction type of thing. But then you hit this thing and it just starts disintegrating in front of you. It finally collapses. It's like only half of it is left. The rest of it has sort of just dissipated into the air. You do notice, however, it still appears to be breathing.
Oh no.
Okay,
Shotgun
Bob?
man, it's your time.
Bob is gonna push past both of them,
Okay.
walk up directly to this thing's head, cock the right-hand barrel on the double barrel,
Yeah.
and do his best impersonation of reciting in Hindi, purification by fire.
Nice. I like it. You do. Click. The whole corridor is fucking Vietnam. Like just napalm. It's just gone. There is a wash of flames, and none of you presumably look back because that's very cool. You just leave this thing just charred, heaving. So, entering central computing, there is I assume because we're not under duress, the 3 of you are stacked on the walkway, and you just pick up the bench, put the bench over, and cross again. Okay. Because there's no reason, like, there's no time constraints here. So
Well, besides the bomb.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyway, you cross into central computing. There is a fuck huge computer. There are like 6 different keyboards coming out of it, and a bunch of information like files and such. Unfortunately, everything's locked up. But there is a computer marked elevator control. Right, the comp science boy go on it.
Bob's looking for keyholes.
Yes, there are a bunch of filing cabinets with keyholes. You notice one of them has 2. It's marked 22-A. 22A,
Okay.
rather.
I mean, Bob's gonna take 22B and take out the keys and go. Yeah.
Okay.
Go twist the nipples.
You find you don't have leverage to twist both at the same time by yourself.
This is the key, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need a strength check because, I mean, most people are only dexterous in one hand.
Can we
Okay,
just have the other person twist the key?
Yes,
Well, but
you are
before
now
that,
able to talk to each other again.
I want to do the fucking like the stereotypical cartoon thing. Just rub the hands together.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
we'll say Bob
31
has
out
it.
of 85.
Yeah. So Bob just fucking cranks it with his other hand. A bunch of like sort of cold comes out, like a liquid nitrogen type effect, right? And inside is a firearm. It looks like an old Russian shit. I want to call it a TT something, but it's the their first rip-off silenced weapon with the fixed barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, the VSS?
Is that what it was? I don't.
That isn't really a ripoff, though. I think that was an original.
No. I'm thinking of firearm. Not this. No. The pistol. I think it was the TT.
The Makarov?
Silenced Russian pistol.
Oh, the PSS?
2. Was it?
The PlayStation.
I don't know.
silence.
That was the first thing that popped up when I googled Russian silenced pistol.
No, it's Oh, that works as well. I was thinking about the first one, from what I remember, was sorry, just so I can explain this, I'll extend your timer by 5 minutes.
The PB.
Is it the PB?
Soviet integrally suppressed semi-automatic pistol. Blah 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 blah. It kind of looks like a Makarov, but it has a built-in
Yes,
threaded-on suppressor.
that's correct. And the thing about this was basically they'd seen all the other suppressors that everyone else was making, like screw-ons and stuff, but they didn't get that. You know what I mean? Like this, like it is a fixed suppressor, so it's extremely long. And the problem is the suppressor itself would often break.
Oh, it's like a well rod.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, is what it was.
Well rod was a piece of shit.
Well,
Well,
it's
that's
slightly better than the well rod, but yes.
So we'll say it's a PB handgun. You do see serial numbers on it. It looks like this was used in the Russian part of some war. Some of the stuff is worn off on it, but it does look like well used. It's got a magazine.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows? This thing is 40-something years old. Like,
and the magazine is like completely, like when you pop it out, like it's been like warped, but so is the gun, and it seems like only the magazine and the bullet inside of it would fit, because the bullet seems like an odd make as well. It's slightly smaller, like shorter, like it's been filed off almost.
kind of like it's not a 9x19, but it's a 9x18, which
Correct.
is what fires.
Yeah, a little smaller still, but it seems odd. Everything about this gun seems odd, but it
also apparently they're still making these.
That's actually fucked up.
Yeah, there's so the what is Hevsk? I don't fucking know. It's, obviously this is all Cyrillic, but one of the plants made it from 1967 until 2013, and then it moved over to the Kalashnikov concern from 2013 until now. So it's still being made.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like not even like a new version of it.
No.
Either way.
Because there's like the Wikipedia article for this is like 3 paragraphs long. There is no second, third, fourth version.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so it's got a single shot in it, in this warped magazine.
Oh my god, it's garbage.
Oh, you looked up the gun?
No, I'm just listening to what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, that's
Golden Gun.
That's it. Like that's all this thing is.
It's the James Bond Golden Gun.
You have one shot with this bad boy.
One shot for me.
Nice. Oh man. We'll say actually. No, that's fine. We'll leave it at that. So we're in central computing. Computer science roll from Herpy. See if Wagner
I rolled
can.
2, I'm pretty sure, or something.
Oh yeah,
back there,
perfect.
right
You
before
did.
him.
The computer, right, and it's like elevator controls released. Elevator descending to the 19th floor. So it's on its way for you. Shall we get the fuck out?
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, so you
I
all
don't know.
run, you cram into the elevator. What?
I mean, before we go, just given the computer console a cursory glance, there's no key slots on that.
No.
No key card slots.
No, all the key slots were in the filing cabinets in this room.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so the computer console,
No.
even with all of its different shenanigans, has just standard keys.
That's correct, yeah.
I'm gonna push one of the monitors forward over the back and then leave the room just as a fuck you.
Nice. Okay. So you do that. You're running out. You're headed to the elevator.
Has
'Cause,
there been any more fungicide made?
Oh, good question. We'll say there's one more
Fungicide.
jar that's being produced.
Okay,
in this
I'm
time.
gonna grab that and then yeet into the elevator.
Okay. Okay. So we take the elevator. We head up over to here. Let's grab our characters. So here's our elevator. We're all chilling like a villain. And you see a tube, like one of the ones that you were encapsulated in, sort of right here. It looks as though there have been many things dragged out of this elevator and towards the exit. And this canister is also it's on like a fancy dolly, like a pump cart or something. And it's sort of suspended on that. Like it looks like this was also like next to be moved before things happened. If you press up against it, you see a familiar face. Oh shit! My bad. So Origami, you're now Agent Ashley Connor, and you see your friends. Although you recognize them as familiar, but you're drugged at this point, so you're suffering the amnesia.
It's always drugs.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? What? Huh?
You one thing you notice is a dull ache that never goes away where your leg used to be.
Oh no.
No, she lost that previous.
I know, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
she lost that in a garage.
Yeah, because we fucking rammed the car into it or something.
No, they had
No,
like
no.
mines in the garage.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mines
Claymores,
and bear
right?
traps, I think,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, and he just did not roll well and lost her leg. That's why
you
she
don't
was.
need a leg to drive.
Well, okay. You do have a prosthetic, so it's not amazing, but you do have a prosthetic. Presumably, people smashed this open to get you out.
Yeah.
Fuck
You
it.
do
Smash
got-
it
you
or
guys do got
lever it
key
or-
card.
Okay.
True. I mean, does the key card open it?
Yes. Good call. And she just sort of collapses and takes a minute to right herself for a few seconds. That's all we have.
I'm gonna throw him on my shoulder.
That's right.
Keep going.
Okay, Ashley's on your shoulder. You're running, and as you're running down the corridor, what is our order?
Well, I mean, I had to pick up Ashley, so I'm gonna be in the back.
Okay. Who's first? Rudy or Wagner?
I don't mind.
I got the pistol.
True.
Herbie pulls the last grenade. Let's do it.
So, as you guys
Well,
are,
I used the
does
last
the-
grenade.
he did. He's out.
Herbie does this thing /
He's got the
mod.
breaching charge.
Oh no.
Oh, he does.
Hey, the
Did you
breaching
try that?
charges are directional. So
Well, this one's a fucker. But anyway,
Would you like me to prime it? Would you
No.
people like me to prime it?
I feel like
it has a
nuke-
30-second fuse. No.
So we're gonna say Wagner with his electric or his digital watch, potentially a phone or something, but he hooked it up to the device because he's a clever boy. It's like bloop bloop, bloop bloop, and you look down. 20 minutes.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. So as you you're taking off, you notice a form pushing through the wall,
Oh no.
blocking your path. Where is he? This son of a bitch. Here we go. He sort of like pushes through, and he starts, "Help! I'm stuck. Pull me out, please."
Son of a bitch.
Who is this boy?
He has a G emblazoned on his lab coat. Please, please help me.
Get some crap.
Hang on. Where's fuck? I have so many different fucking notepads open. God damn it.
The metagame.
Yes, the metagame. I mean,
Don't-
obviously it's not him because he's dead, and it's not him because he's dead. Like it's a thing of you know, who's not dead.
True.
Let's just ask the question, Gary? Question mark.
Yes, about time, please. Everyone else has either left or died. You have to get me out of here.
Can we prove he's Gary?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, what ID card?
Yes, he has Gary's ID card.
Does Gary's ID card match his face?
Ooh, I would need a search or investigate or perception or something like that, but at
Wait,
half
do you-
skill because
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You guys
Nice.
could have said
How
Gary.
how about
is
how about
dead,
a
they
quarter
just shoot him.
skill?
Bob, you notice something odd about Gary? That his collar's popped a little higher than it should be.
Is this where I say, "Hey, Dad, tell me to shoot if need be"?
That might be where you say that.
You're not my kid.
You can't prove that.
I've been waiting for that.
We have 20 minutes until we get annihilated. I'm still not admitting it.
A nuke's gonna go off in 15 minutes. We ain't got time for this shit.
Did I shoot it, Dad?
Do it.
Just-
buddy, do it.
Hey Gary, what color's that mold?
He looks at where you point. It's green.
Oh no.
I'm gonna just take my fucking
shoot.
sawn off and just fucking club him over the head with it and keep going past him.
I'm gonna put a couple rounds into his skull real quick.
Okay, as you let's say you fire off like 3 rounds or something, just sort of vacate his skull cavity. As his brain's like pouring out onto everything, he sort of slumps over and his lab coat opens somewhat, and you almost see like slits that sort of like lower on his
Oh,
neck.
gills.
But unfortunately, Gary is no more. As you keep running, you hear footprints coming from behind you, and there looks to be a series of men in fatigues with H's on their vest.
I mean, I could be, fuck it. I shot one. Let's shoot the other. Just turn around and, hey, have you heard the good news? Here's some enlightenment. Click.
Blammo! Yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
You
that
see,
satchel charge might come in handy.
you see a bunch of
grenade.
them pouring. Yeah, there looks to be 3 more with H's and a few nondescript characters, but they're all coming from this direction around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give him the good news. Just
Click blam,
enlightenment
click
by
blam.
radiance.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Oh!
Enlightenment by Radiance was the blue shell.
Yes, that's right. You're doing. You only had 2, right?
One was Purification by Fire,
right.
which Falcor is dead. The other one's Enlightenment by Radiance.
That's right. You click. Do you tell anyone before you fire Enlightenment by Radiance, which you utter in Hindi?
I literally wheeled around and just said, "Have you heard the good news?" Click.
Okay, I love
That's
that.
his other shell, right?
Yeah, his other sort of magic shell, if you will. So everyone is facing the other way, including, I assume, if she's over your shoulder, Connor.
Yes.
So you're the only one that witnesses to the birth of another dimension. This this thing goes off, and just the rest of you just see like the brightest light you've ever seen, and you feel like this strange cold heat hit the back of you, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Which Bob's like, "Keep running, god damn it!" But what Bob sees is like just this burst of light. You are blind for the next 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm just backpedaling, so
that's right. No, you're
going the right way.
No, you're just running as fast as you can.
Essentially, he just fired a miniature sun at somebody, didn't he?
Yeah, that's basically what he did. Yes, and it's growing in size, and he's just running the other way. So, boop, 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 boop. So you guys get out. We now have. Let's check the timer. 13 minutes 33 seconds. Almost super cool.
As we're coming into the airlock, I'm gonna grab Wagner by the collar, grope for Wagner by the collar, and just slag that fucking door.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I like that.
Is there a door at the end of the hall? All right, let's do it.
No, the airlock. Just
door.
slag the fucking airlock door.
All right, a big fucking hole coming right up.
Okay, give me a demolitions roll.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, this is what you're good at.
No. This is where it ends, boys.
70.
If Harpy blows up, it'll be very ironic.
This is where it ends.
Oh, fuck. As it's leaving your hands, it's already detonating. And it's just, you see, like, the first half of your hand and your forearm just start melting.
No.
It burns like shit. 1d10 points of damage.
Oof.
See how bad she was.
Let's see you can save a hand.
Okay, so we'll say your
arm?
Yeah, we'll say like half your arm, basically. Mostly just like your hand. You're gonna have a stump, basically, after this.
Unfortunate. How did I defuse bombs without my hands?
New hands. Robo hands, fine, whatever. But
Government issued robo hands.
Yeah, you do have your other hand. This is just one of them. But the thermite just sort of peels.
Thermit the frog.
Yeah, peels it off.
I hate kids. It's Thermit the frog.
The upside is the door doesn't exist anymore. There is just melted to shit. And you guys are running. We have 11 minutes 50 seconds. We are at ground zero currently. We're gonna use Bob for this. Bob, the van is not here. What is here is a truck with a bunch of other capsules loaded in the back. There's no driver to be seen.
You said capsules?
Yeah, like the ones you guys were in. This is the rest of ESL.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, yet again, we're going back to metagaming. Who has the highest drive?
Good question. We should ask that.
I do, I think.
I
Which
have
is?
a 20.
Connor. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Ash
still
and
coordinating.
Connor.
Yeah. I'll send you your other sheet.
I was waking up for the capsule.
Your drive is 20.
Okay, well, I guess Bob is going to be YOLOing.
Yeah,
it
Bob's
down
got a
the
50.
mountain
You drove a bus before. What's the difference between a
Bob
truck?
has a 50 in drive and a 50 in heavy machinery.
Yeah, no, I like this, dude. Okay.
I'm just driving a deuce and a half down the hill at breakneck speed.
We have 10 minutes, 30 seconds till detonation. It will take you 10 minutes to leave the blast radius on back roads. Going as fast as you fucking can. What are we doing?
Now, question: How sturdy of a truck are we talking here? Like, Like, do
it's
I
like a
have to be
U-Haul.
gentle with it, or do I gun it?
No, you gun it no matter what. You have 10 minutes, 5 seconds.
Okay, fine. We're gunning it.
Okay, so you broke the glass to get in?
Yeah.
Okay, and who's hot wiring the car? Wagner, you want to give an electrical?
Okay. Do I suffer a penalty for this?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think being under duress is penalty enough. Because if you fuck up, everyone will remember.
Will cease to exist, right?
That's right, yeah.
I mean, with his one arm, he hotwires that shit.
That's good.
But hey, on the bright side, though, your
Yeah.
other arm, even though it's gone, it is cauterized.
True.
You are
I was
correct.
about to say it is colorized.
So you
Thank you, Mr. Brightside.
you still manage to hotwire. Bob's like, fuck it, we're punching it. Right? Kicks it in the high gear. He's going. Bob, give me 3 drive checks as you are flying down through these backwoods. You're heading towards town because obviously a road's going to be the fastest way.
Everybody ready to die?
So your first problem is there's a tree that has fallen over the road and you have to swerve around it extremely quickly.
Well,
Help,
is
I've fallen.
this like an actual
Get up.
U-Haul, or is this a military truck?
No, this is an actual U-Haul.
Christ.
They're trying to be stealthy.
Christ on a bike. All right. No.
Okay. You
Also no, and yes.
Okay, so what happens is you
So we
hear
die.
a horrible crashing and thudding in the back. As all of those things like just fell over. And the axles got all fucked up and you're like, well, whatever, everyone's alive still.
TM.
At this moment, everyone hears in the back of the van a bunch of screaming and like, where the fuck? What's happening? Get me out of here. No time for that. You guys are still punching it. You're going through the back roads. You're flying. You, sort of hit a bit of mud. You skid. Van almost tips. Everything's cool. And then you, the most important roll is the final one. As you bust through a bunch of signs saying like don't go through here, like mine shaft, like all these sort of like warning signs. You smash through all this shit, and you're now on one of the main roads of Clarion, and there's a lot of traffic. And you are just zipping around people, like smashing in the cars, like fucking
Whichever way has the
GTA.
least amount of traffic. Like,
Yeah, you are just hauling. I assume you're going south towards the interstate.
probably because I don't want to be here when the military gets here to
Yeah.
question what the shit happened.
We're gonna say like there's some like cop like walks out of like McDonald's or whatever, and he's got his coffee and he's like walking down the road. He's like, okay, we got a problem here.
Insert the fucking the Simpsons thing where just Homer goes flying past at like 100 and just no, Lou, a man going that fast, he doesn't have time to stop.
Oh man, you hear on the like this thing is like a custom radio, but aside from that, it's just a U-Haul for stealth purposes. And
For stealth purposes.
that's right. And you're like unmarked U-Haul, just fucking hauling ass towards the Interstate 80. Heading, well, I guess south at this moment. They don't know where you're going.
I mean, like, does it just have the receiver, or does it have a sending unit too?
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yes, it has a sending unit, absolutely. Put it on an APB for a U-Haul.
just pick it up and just. We're sending that last one. That is a marked U-Haul. They are going the speed limit. My speedometer, or my speed gun was incorrect.
Okay, give me a fucking persuade.
I don't
My
give a
speed
fuck
gun.
if it happens or not. I'm just doing it.
Do you even have
This
it?
is my speed cannon.
Oh,
Where's
50 and
Says they are
persuade.
perfectly
What the fuck?
fine.
Bob?
What the fuck is persuade?
You have a 50
Where?
on old man.
Second column,
Yeah,
bottom,
under P.
Oh.
under a Colt. I have a 20 I could try.
Fuck.
I got a 20 I could try.
I mean, maybe it bought me a little bit of time.
As Bob looks up, probably due to all the noise, and then is told, no, well, stay on the fucking road. There's now a helicopter like flying over you. It's like, pull over and get out of the vehicle.
Okay. I'm gonna hand a shotgun to Rudy. And I mean, obviously, like I guess a couple of shells and say just shoot in the air.
Just fucking.
Oh
At
my
them or
god.
just in the air?
Not at them, just in the air, because gunshot means helicopter backs off.
Okay.
Okay, so Rudy's like, blam, 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 out of the side. And this guy's like, Jesus Christ, they're armed. They're firing at us. And at that moment, like, it's just fucked. You can't drive. The vehicle, like, flips on its side. You all take 1d4 points of damage. And,
SpongeBob my leg.mp3.
Ah.
oh, well, Herpy's barely alive. But he made it. But yeah, you guys are all like, you're like half passed out. You're covered in like broken glass. You're like cut up, and like because the van's flipped, up is now the driver window, and you hear like a poof, and all the lights in the van go off. The engine stops, and the helicopter just drops. Just
Why would the helicopter drop?
The
Because it's
electro.
like a seismic. Because it's like underground, you know.
Yeah, there's still an electromagnetic pulse, isn't there?
Only when you're interacting with particles in the atmosphere, if I recall.
I thought there would have been.
I'm
'Cause
not sure.
We're still like within like a pretty close proximity.
I would assume so.
That's a good question.
Beans.
I think it would just get fucky wucky, and they were like, "Oh shit, we have to land because controls are fucked."
Yeah, but if all the controls like they're all electronic, so it's not like a plane where you can mechanically land. Like a helicopter.
Yeah, with helicopters,
you're just
it's
dead.
usually gyro stabilized, isn't it?
Yes.
No idea.
Good question. Either way, chopper crashes to the ground. In this case, we can argue the physics about it.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
But and you all are sort of like heaving. You're hearing on the radio, "What the fuck was that?" Like, and emergency calls, and I was just over at Second Ave, and holy shit, like the town, or is that 52nd Ave? I don't know. Or like Second Ave, and the town just fell into a hole, like bunch of houses down there, and so now the emergency is a lot more concerned with that than with that unmarked U-Haul that's flipped over on the I-80. And
They're much less concerned about us.
yeah, a lot more.
A bit busy
Priority?
than massive sinkhole.
Yeah,
Priorities have shifted.
yeah, people are a little more worried about that. But believe me, the U-Haul will be mentioned in somebody's write-up of this report, and they'll be like, that was kind of interesting.
A U-Haul that was flying down the road and shot at the helicopter right before it crashed.
Right before a massive explosion. Yeah.
Well, I mean, correlation does not equal causation.
In the eyes of the law, a lot of times,
Well, I mean, there's also the very important part, though. Officer, it's fine. I'm not black.
oh no.
That's against the TOS.
I believe so, yeah. But either way, we did it. Nicely done. Right in around that sort of 3-hour mark, which is sweet. And that is how Delta Green ends this little campaign. We finally got there. Your digital watch updates, bleep, bleep, and it's now March 20th of 2020. Maybe there will be more. Maybe there won't. But it'll certainly be another adventure anyway. We won't be stuck in some G-Cell hellhole.
What a great comeback.
Just missed out on Space Sausage. Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I gotta be up early for work, and I'm sure Rudy does as well. So, ish.
All right. Good night.
Hey, Finn.